Hello students, welcome to Vedantu NEET English. I am Ms. Gopika, your own biology master teacher. I hope I am audible and visible to all of you. Yes, are you all excited for the class? Yes, please let me know if I am audible and visible quickly in the chat box. Yes. Yes, students. Hello. Very excited. Yes. Okay. All of you ready? Students, please inform your friends as well. Okay. I'm not able to open the Telegram for some reasons, I don't know. That's why I'm not able to inform the students. So you people please do the job today of informing the students in the comments or anywhere to tell them to join. Okay? Yes. So today we are going to do animal tissues. So we waited for my recovery to happen. Recovery did not happen, but class is going to happen. So today we are going to learn the chapter animal tissues. That is not a chapter, it's just chapter name is structural organization in animals. But in that there is a small portion called animal tissues, and I would tell all of you that even though many of you had a confusion, is it a part of the syllabus, is it not a part of the syllabus? It is a part of the syllabus, and animal tissues is going to lay the foundation for all other chapters in your human physiology. Not only that, even in future, if you are going to be like, see, all of you are going to end up being a doctor, and if you do not know animal tissues, it's going to be very funny. Like you do not know the foundation and you have built a house without a foundation, right? So that's what. Yes, very nice energy. Hasini, Trisha, Soni, Disha, very nice. Energy is very nice. Keep the energy till the end. Okay. Yes. So shall we start? So animal tissue. So before I go in directly into tissues, now I'll give you a little bit introduction to the topic. So students, when we talk about animal tissues, remember one thing. Okay, yes. Remember one thing. Animals means what? Multicellular organisms, right? We are all multicellular organisms. So when I talk about animals, I talk about multicellular organisms, right? We are all multicellular organisms. Now, when we are multicellular, there's one more thing that we need to remember is that all of us are dependent on another organism for food, right? We are all heterotrophics as well. So why am I telling this? Because you will understand that there is an introduction to this chapter. We are heterotrophic. So students, structure, organization, 3 parts you have to study: animal tissues, frog and cockroach. Frog is already done, cockroach is also done in the channel, animal tissues also is done in the channel. All you have to search is structural organization in animals by Gopika Ma'am. You will get 3 parts where I have done animal tissues, frog and cockroach. Okay. So students, we organisms are multicellular and heterotrophic. But when we talk in this chapter, we talk about unicellular organisms. Now, what exactly happens in unicellular organisms? Ma'am, in unicellular organisms, right? In unicellular organism, we see that one cell, right? A single cell has to do all the functions. Yes or no, students? A single cell has to do all the functions, be it digestion, right? Be it digestion, be it excretion, okay? Be it, what else? Okay, be it any metabolic activities, right? Any metabolic activities which requires energy. All of this has to be done by just one single cell. Remember, imagine you people, okay, let's take the example, okay, let's take the example of Rani. Okay, Rani is in class right now. Imagine Rani is a NEET aspirant. Rani has to prepare for NEET. At the same time, she has to cook food. At the same time, she has to take care of her entire family. She has to sweep, she has to clean, okay, she has to do every single thing. It would be so stressful. I'm not telling there are not people manage all of this together, but imagine she has to do everything together. There is no division of labor. There is no one for her to share with. But imagine imagine Hasini also comes in, okay? Imagine, Vijayan also comes in, and then all these people are like, okay, let's do one thing, let's divide our work, okay? Let's divide our work and be like, okay, you take care of this, you take care of this, I'll take care of this. So this is called as division of labor. But where is exactly division of labor seen? All of you tell me, where is exactly division of labor seen? Division of labor we see usually in multicellular organisms. That is where we talk about cells, tissues, organs, organ system, right? Are you all understanding? Are you all understanding? Yes, tell me in the chat box. Students, like the video, mark your attendance because you are enjoying the class. I want all of you to mark the attendance as well, okay? The job goes to who? Tanuja and Madhumati, if you are in class, please put the target as well. So students, in multicellular organisms, right? In multicellular organisms, okay, we notice that there is something called as division of labor, right? There's something called as division of labor. So in division of labor, when I talk about, let's say, okay, many cells are there, no? Many cells, and many cells undergo division of labor. Division of labor. That means, let's imagine Hasini and team is taking up the job of cleaning, okay, and Rani and team is taking up the job of washing the vessels, okay, and then another set of team, let's say Tanuja, Madhumati and all of this, Soni, all of them are taking the job of ma'am, I'm going to make sure that everything is arranged in order. That means what? This is called as division of labor. So the people who are interested in cleaning, all of them become one system. People who are interested in washing the vessels, they all become one system. People who are interested in arranging things or organizing, they all become one system. Exactly like this. This is how our body also works, right? That is, let's say they are going to help in digestion, they'll all become the digestive system. They're going to help in respiration, they'll become the respiratory system. They're all going to help in circulation, they're going to become the circulatory system. Clear? Yes? Clear? Yes or no? Perfect, perfect, okay. So this is exactly what is happening. Now when I talk about division of labor, students, I told many cells are there, but don't you, there's many cells who have similar functions have to come together. Now all of you are NEET aspirants, all of you are on this channel. Why all of you are in this channel? Because of just one underlying thing, that you are preparing for NEET. Simple as that. Simple as that, right? So sorry, simple as that. So same thing happens here, students. A set of cells, right? A set of cells, they group together, which are going to do a similar function, will form your tissues. Okay, will form your tissues. Tissues group together to form organ. Organs group together to form organ system. And organ systems finally form your complex organisms. Okay, complex organisms. In this chapter, what are you exactly going to study? In this chapter, what are you exactly going to study? You are going to talk about this one fellow, that is called your tissues, right? You're going to talk about tissues. So what are tissues? I can already see one definition in the chat box, and who is that? Sandra has put the definition. Very, very nice. That is, ma'am, a group of cells. A group of cells with their intercellular substance. Okay, with intercellular substance together performing a specific function. A specific function, right? A group of cells with their intercellular substance together performing a specific function. That is called as what? That is called as tissues, right? Very good. I can see a lot of definitions. Rani, Soni, Shruti, who else? Sandra, oxytocin. My class students' names are really very fancy, okay? Yes, very nice. So a group of cells with their intercellular substance performing a certain task, okay, is called as your tissues. So students, when I tell about it, what do you understand? Let's say this is the tissues, okay? These are the cells, okay? Cells group of cells are there, and this group of cells, around them there are some intercellular substances. Okay, there are some intercellular substances. These intercellular substances together, who are going to perform a specific function, is called as tissues. Okay, now you will have doubt, ma'am, where can I find these notes? Okay, this notes will be available on Vedantu NEET English Telegram as well as my Telegram channel, Biology by Gopika. So all of you can join the Telegram channel and take the notes. Clear? So yes, this is the thing. Now I saw a very interesting question from one of my students when I was teaching. That is, ma'am, exactly how is this tissues formed? Okay, good question, no? I'm telling over and over again that a group of cells performing a similar set of function, but exactly how is this tissues formed? Two ways it could be formed, students, and this is not in your NCERT, but it is there in the book. Morning I shared you people a book, no? So in that book it is written, and let me give you a little bit idea about it. Okay, students, get that doubt, so we should deal with the doubt. Tissues can be formed by two ways. One is by mitosis. Okay, one is by mitosis. So by mitosis, if a tissue is being formed, let's say parent, okay, and then they're dividing, forming daughter cells, again they're dividing, hundreds of cells are going to perform the same function. That means if it is going to undergo mitosis, they are basically going to form clones, right? They're basically going to form clones. Okay, keep this information in your head, it will be important for you to understand. Okay, keep this information in your head, it will be important for you to understand. Students, one second. Yes, I am just going to check the audio video as well. Yes, clear to all of you? Okay, perfectly audible, visible. One second. Yes, perfect. Yes, clones can be formed. Okay, very good. Very good, Ratis. Clones will be formed. So, when clones are formed means what? So, mitosis is happening. Daughter DNAs are formed. Daughter cells are formed. Many of these clones are going to, mitosis is going to happen. They are all going to form a clone and they are going to perform the same function, right? Same or the specific function. Now, in other ways, students, there could be, like I've told you, when an embryo stage is being formed. Recently, I shared a photo of that in the Telegram channel as well. That is, where your salamander, you saw how the cells formation happen. So in the embryo stage, the cells will move. Okay, the cells will migrate to a place and then they will form tissues. Okay, we also call something called as, that is, they follow the chemical gradient. Okay, we call it as chemotaxis. Okay, chemotaxis. So these are the two ways tissues can be formed. So just keep this information because some students had a doubt. So it is a very nice doubt, right? So we are going to deal with the doubt. That is, tissues can be formed by mitosis, where they are going to form clones and all of them are going to perform the same function. Or in the embryo state, that these people will move to one place where the, they'll be like, you know what, you're going to become this tissue, you're going to line the body cover, you're going to become the connective part, you're going to become the movement. So that kind of organization will happen in the body when we are at the embryo stage. Okay, that is where proper organization, designations will be given on, like I am a zoology teacher. Okay, your Basar sir is a botany teacher. Like that, designations will be given for the tissues also, telling you are going to do this job, you are going to do this job. So they will go there, they'll become a tissue and they will do that job. Okay, that is going behind the chemical gradation. Very good, chemotaxis. Okay, chemotaxis and mitosis, this is the two ways that it is go. This is depending on the chemical gradient. Chemical gradient. Clear to all of you? Yes, the doubt is clear. So this is the introduction to the chapter. Now, we cannot learn all the tissues. We cannot learn everything, no? So we are going to learn some of the primary tissues. So far, everything is good? Yes, so far, perfect. Please let me know in the chat box. Perfect. Oh, awesome, 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 awesome. Okay, so students, we are going to talk about some of the primary tissues. Okay, some of the primary tissues. Some of the primary tissues. That is, let's take one job. Okay, let's take one task for each other. Let's take one cell who is going to do the covering, lining. Covering and lining, possible? Yes, ma'am, possible. Let's take another set of tissue who is going to do the connection and support. Okay, connection or support. Okay, let's take another set of people who are going to do movement. Okay, and let's take another set of person who's going to do the control. Now I have laid 4 tasks for all of you. Now tell me, depending on just the terminologies, covering, lining, protection, support, can you people tell me the answer? Tell me the answer. All of you, quickly tell me in the chat box. Yes. Yes, students, tell me. Faster. Can you tell me the first job, covering and lining? Who can do covering and lining? Is it, yes, Hasini, is it squamous or is it epithelial? Because under epithelial types, we are going to learn squamous, no? So, for covering and lining, we are going to take the help of epithelial tissue, okay? And for connection and support, we are going to take the help of who? Connective tissue. For movement, I'm going to take the help of muscular tissue. And for control, I'm going to take the help of neural tissue. Students, don't worry, NCERT lines also is there. So as you know, like you people have given a name, no? What is that? GM NCERT. So this is NCERT plus RNA. Okay, NCERT plus RNA. Everything is a mixture. So NCERT also is there. Right now, try to understand this. Okay? Yes? Perfectly clear, audible, visible. Perfect. Yes, I'll see your chats here, okay? Okay, fine. New NCERT, it's not a problem, dear. You just take the PDF from the internet, okay? From internet, you can take the PDF, okay? Yes, do not worry. Just take the PDF from the internet and just study. And also, I'm putting the NCERT snips, so if you have the notes, it's more than enough, okay? Fine. So, primary tissues you understood. So, we understood that tissues are going to perform a particular task for us, right? A group of cells that have decided to do something. Now, under that, we are going to study the main 4 primary tissues. One who is going to do the covering. One who is going to do us the help of connection and support. One who is going to do us the movement, and one who is going to do the control. Depending on this, okay, we have 4 categories. So, we go epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscular tissue, neural tissue. Now, students, let's try to decode one by one. Now, when I talk about epithelial tissue, from the term itself, you should understand these people are going to help with the lining, okay, lining and covering. Now, covering and lining means what? Let's say this is a tube, okay, very straight tube it is. Okay, let's say this is a tube, okay, this is your respiratory tract, this one, students. Now, covering means what? Let's say the epithelial tissues are going to be present on the outside. Okay, they are covering it like this. They are covering it. Okay, this is the covering, right? This is the covering. Thank you, Shruti. Yes, Shruti. Okay, yes, this is the covering, students, and this is the lining. Lining means what? It is lining the inside. So, this is going to be called the lining. And this is going to be called the covering. So, understood covering and lining, why I wrote separately? Because many students will have doubt, no ma'am, why did you write covering and lining separately? You should have written it together. So, that is the lining and the covering. Now, understand that this epithelial cells, okay, we are mainly talking about your epithelial cells. So, if I have to draw your epithelial cells, let's say I am drawing the cells like this. Students, don't you know, think about the shape that I'm drawing. I'm just drawing it to make you understand. Okay, I'm just drawing it to make you understand. So, yes. So, this is the layer. Okay, 1 second. Let me finish drawing, then I'll explain to all of you. Yes. So, look here. I've drawn a cell, right? I've drawn a cell, and then down I've drawn something, right? Now I'm going to make you understand. See, epithelial cells, when I talk about, there are different types, squamous, cuboidal, columnar. We're going to come to that. But this epithelial cells are actually flat cells, okay, single layered cells, and these cells have two surfaces. What do they have? Two surfaces. What is happening, yeah? What is Mr. Shivam and Sia Thakur? Guys, the likes are not increasing, yeah? Why so? Tell me quickly. Ads are playing, huh? No. Okay, done. Okay, fine. Look here, students. So, this cell, this epithelial cells have two surfaces. All the cells for that matter will have what surface? Two surface. This surface which is facing outward is called the apical surface. What is it called? Apical surface. Okay, I'm talking about epithelial cells. They have a apical surface. Okay, the surface which is facing outwards. And then downwards, they have a surface which is called the basal surface. Which is called the basal surface. So students, apical surface is going to face outwards, okay, and basal surface is going to face downwards, right? Downwards it's facing, no? So this apical surface is facing outside, okay, outside like this. This is the free surface. So in your NCERT, there is a word called as free surface, okay? That is why I'm explaining this. There is a term called free surface, and they have made another, statement telling that this free surface can face, okay, can be faced outwards or towards the body fluids. Can you all find that lines in the NCERT? Quickly. Tell me who can find the line in the NCERT and raise hands first. Okay, let's see who is that first person who has read NCERT thoroughly. They have mentioned that the free surface can face outwards or can face the body fluids. Come on, tell me all of you in the chat box. Who is the first person who can find it? Okay, free surface can face outwards or to the body fluids. Come on, who found it? Very nice. From that, okay, Hasini is raising hands. Okay, racing. Very good. All of you found it. So that is why I'm mentioning this. There's an apical surface. This apical surface is called the free surface. This free surface can face outwards or to the body fluids. Let's say this is your respiratory tract. Okay. Obviously, students, this is going to be a body fluids. Yes or no? This is going to be body fluids. Right. Body fluid is going to be there. Let's say if I draw a neck. Okay. A body like this. Okay. Don't tell me, ma'am, it's like cardboard box. Wait, hand we have to draw, no? This is the neck. This is, oh God. Okay, this is the hand. Yes, see, like this. That means this is the body fluid that it is facing. Okay, it is facing. Understood? Clear or not? Ha, very good, very good. Okay, so it is facing the body fluid or it can face outwards depending on where it is lining. Okay, now we will understand more about epithelial tissue. Clear to all of you? Any doubts so far? Any doubts so far? Are we liking the session also? Okay, good job. Yes, okay. Now students, epithelial tissue, as I told you, epithelial tissue means above lining. Okay, it is lining something. So it's an above lining. So remember that since it is lining above, most of the particles, okay, most of the filtration will happen because of this layer. Why? Because it's a thin layer, it's a single layer, it's a thin layer. So most of the filtrations, okay, filtrations will happen here. Most of the filtration is going to happen here because it's a thin surface. And I can also say it is an interface. Okay, it is an interface. What is an interface? Now you are able to talk to me or you are able to see me because of YouTube. So YouTube is an interface that helps both of us communicate. Yes or no? So like that, I can say that the person is an interface. Why? Because it is covering the hollow organs. It is covering the organs in the body. So this is an interface. Through, let's say, two things are there, this is going to cover. So it is acting as an interface, and at the same time, lot of filtration happens through your squamous epithelium. But here I'm just writing generally. Clear to all of you? Okay, yes. So it acts as an interface between the body and the organs. Okay, between the body and the organs. Fine, understood, ma'am. Now, when I talk about epithelial cell, students, I have to tell you all about an experiment. All of you have done this, yes or no? Like, you'll take your hands and you would have put the safety pin. Okay, now I don't want to show it because I'm scared. Okay, you would have put a safety pin through a thin layer of your skin, and you would have told everyone, see, I am a Superman, I am that, I do not have blood in my body, all that. But exactly what did you do that time? So understand that when you were playing, okay, when you were playing, you were actually, without knowing, playing with your epithelial tissue, right? Because see, let's say, students, this is your epithelial tissue. This is your epithelial tissue. Okay, this is the epithelial tissue, and below, this is your basement membrane. Okay, this is the basement membrane. Now, below the basement membrane is going to be your connective tissue. Okay, it is going to be your blood vessels, other things. Your connective tissue is going to be located here. Okay, I'm just drawing red color, but you understood. You are not, okay, you are no Superman, you are no Superwoman, and you had blood also in your body. Just that epithelial tissues are avascular. That is what I wanted to tell. Epithelial tissues are avascular. That means what? They have a lot of nerve supply. Okay, they have a lot of nerve supply, but lacks what? Lacks blood supply. That is why you were Superwoman in school. Okay, Superwoman or Superman in school. Okay, yes or clear? Who is this uncle in the class? Yeah, already broken. He's already broken, and upon that he's old also. Since there's an uncle in the class, please respect the uncle. Give a standing ovation. Yes, we did it when we were children, right? Clear to all of you? Yes, perfect, perfect. So they are avascular, okay? They were avascular, but they understand that they have a lot of nerve supply, just that blood supply is not there. But if you took the safety pin, okay, if you took the safety pin and you pricked a little more, okay, you pricked a little more, you would have seen blood spot, right? You would have seen blood spot. Why? Because your connective tissue is supporting the epithelial tissue. So let's say if I label this, okay, if I label this, this becomes your epithelial tissue. Okay, students, basement membrane, you have basal lamina and your reticular lamina. We do not see a lot of questions, but in case if you're studying somewhere and you come across these two words, don't be like, oh my god, what is that? It is basically the basement membrane layers, okay? Basal lamina and reticular lamina. Okay, the basal surface I spoke about, no, there only a basement membrane is going to be there. They'll have a basal lamina and reticular lamina. Clear? Basal lamina and reticular lamina, and this portion, this is where your connective tissue is going to supply the blood. That's why if you would have pricked it a little harder, you would have seen blood vessels. Fine, you would have seen blood. Okay, fine. Avascular is clear. Single layer is clear. Filtration, it is going to help because it's a single layer. Then what else? Now, epithelial tissue, when I talk about, we have to further divide it. But there's a very important line in your NCERT talking about how it is compactly arranged. Right? Compactly arranged with less intercellular space. Yes or no, students? Okay, intercellular cellular space. Clear? Okay, with almost negligible. Okay, with almost no intercellular, we can write. Okay, it is almost very negligible. So no intercellular space. They are avascular as well. Fine. Yes, no intercellular space. Okay, lacked intercellular space, and they are avascular. Next, most important thing, students, because your epithelial tissues are lining your skin. Okay, we have learned, no, epithelial tissues. It's lining the skins. It's also lining the whole hollow organs. It could see, it is lining your lungs. So it is helping in the exchange of gases because it's a thin layer. But at the same time, because it is present in the outside, there is high chances that it goes through a continuous wear and tear. Okay, it is going through a continuous wear and tear. Because it is going through a continuous wear and tear, it is important that this tissue has a maximum regeneration capacity. So the next most important point for you to all remember is that they have maximum or high, let's use the word high. Okay, high is the better word. Okay, high regeneration capacity. High regeneration capacity. Why is this happening, students? Because of the continuous wear and tear. Okay, lacked intercellular. Okay, it's almost negligible, students. It's not like, it's slightly there, but it is very negligible. So we do not consider it. So it's no intercellular space. Okay, I wrote first less, then I made it to no intercellular space. High regeneration capacity word is understood because of the maximum wear and tear. Okay, because of the maximum wear and tear. So far, no doubt, no. So they are thin, they are fibrous, they are the supportive membranes, they help in filtration, they are avascular, they do not have blood supply, but they have high nerve supply. Okay, then they have high regeneration capacity, they are compactly packed cell with no intercellular spaces. This is the general idea about your epithelial tissue. Now we have to understand the types of epithelial cells. Before that, understand one more thing. When I talk about types of epithelial cells, I am going to tell you about the 3 types, but there is again 5 types. No, modifications are there, that I'll tell you. So students, epithelial tissues, okay, I'll write it in the center. Okay, epithelial tissue is divided. Okay, it's divided based on structural modification. Very important word. Now, whenever we do any kind of classification, let's say I'm classifying you people into toppers batch, into, you know, let's say dropper, or let's say whatever. Okay, dropper or the first attemptees, so whatever I'm classifying you people, it will be based on how many attempts you have given in your NEET exam, or if you're going to take a drop year and prepare. Based on that, I will do a, you know, separation. Same way here, epithelial tissue classification has been done depending on the structural modification. Okay, depending on the shape. Okay, depending on the shape. So depending on the shape, the first category that we have is called as simple squamous. I want all of you also to make notes with me. Okay, if you're not making notes, at least I want you people to answer in the chat box. When I'm writing, keep answering. Simple squamous epithelium. Simple squamous epithelium. Then the second one is your cuboidal epithelium. Cuboidal epithelium. And the next category is columnar. So you can understand, no, it's based on the structural modification. Okay, these are the 3 types. Okay, simple squamous epithelium, cuboidal epithelium, and your columnar epithelium. Now, simple squamous epithelium, what do you understand? Simple. First of all, understand these are your epithelial tissue. Again, is divided into, oh students, I should have written that first. Okay, 1 second. First we will write simple and compound, then we will write this category. Okay, otherwise again I have to write again. Okay, yes, epithelial tissue first we will differentiate, then we will go into the simple one. Okay, otherwise it will be confusing again when I write it separately. Okay, so epithelial tissue is categorized into 2 depending on the layers, right? Depending on the layers. What is the first categorization? All of you tell me in the chat box. Yes, very good, Sukanya. Ma'am, it is divided into simple and compound epithelium. Simple and compound epithelium. Okay, simple and compound epithelium. Again, simple is further divided into, based on structural modification that I mentioned again. Okay, based on structural modification. That means shape also we can tell. Okay, structural modification. It is further categorized into what? Yes, very good. Simple and compound. Simple and compound is done. All of you drink water. Yes. Tell me the next one. Simple is divided further into. Yes, good job. Now you people are getting it, right? Now you people are getting it. So first I wrote this, okay? Otherwise again separately I have to write. So I've divided like this. Based on, okay, structural modification, it is further divided into simple squamous, simple squamous. Students, at least this you have to write it in your NCERT right now. Take a sticky note and write it, okay? Cuboidal, cuboidal epithelium, okay, and columnar epithelium. Their transitional stratified, we'll come into that, but it is not mentioned in your NCERT like that in depth. So that's why we're not going into that, okay? Now, simple, squamous epithelium, cuboidal and columnar. Now, from the word itself, you understand these are simple. That means they are single layered, okay? They have one layer. Single layered. So, if I want to show single layered, how will I show, students? Let's say, okay, this is the single layer, okay, they are present on the basement membrane. This is the simple one, okay. But if I have to draw a compound, how will I draw compound? Don't go behind the shape, okay. I'm just drawing it very, okay, compound. It does not stop in one layer. It will continue, okay. It will continue to have multiple layers, okay. It will have multiple layers, right? Yes, it will have multiple layers. That is why it's called compound, and this is called simple single layered, okay. Single layered, fine. Yes, more layers, very good. Now, simple squamous epithelium, when I talk about, you should, students, focus on the word, okay. Squamous, this means your flattened cell. These are flattened cell. These are what cell? Flattened cells. Cuboidal means what? Ma'am, cube shaped cells, ma'am. Right? These are cube-like. And columnar are what? Tall and slender cells. Right? Column-like. So, tall and slender cells. So, from the shape itself, I have just written the one word each I have written. Now, let's say, students, if you want to talk about simple squamous epithelium, you should understand that they are like pavement membranes. Like how your tiles is put in your house. Right? House tiles put one about it. They're fully flat, no? When you walk, you'll walk like this or what? No. Tiles is fully flat, okay? Pavement membrane. So, we can call the simple squamous epithelium as the pavement membrane. Tile-like, okay, tile-like. This is the tile that I'm talking about. Now, from side, when I'm viewing this, okay, when I'm seeing from the side, your squamous epithelium, it will look something like this, okay, something like this from the side, okay, when I'm looking. But if I'm looking from here, okay, let's say I want to see from here, how is it going to look? It is going to look, it will have irregular boundaries. It's going to have what? Irregular boundaries, like this, okay. Irregular boundaries. Nuclei is going to be at the center, okay. They also tell it like egg, okay, egg, like if you put the egg on the pan, no, how it will look. You make all of you make, no, bullseye, omelette, all of that. When you just open the egg and put it on the pan, how will it look? It looks like that. So these people have irregular boundaries from this view, okay. From this view, when I'm looking at under the microscope, this is how I'm going to say. That's why this is called a pavement membrane, and very importantly, they have irregular boundaries. Clear to all of you? Irregular boundaries. Okay, irregular boundaries. Now cuboidal is how, students? Cuboidal is going to be cube-like, right? Cube-like, like this. Okay, this is how your cuboidal is going to look like. Cube-like appearance. Cube-like appearance. Very good. Then columnar, ma'am, big column-like. Okay, long, slender cells, column-like. Nuclei will be at the base, students. Important. Nuclei will be at the base. In squamous and cuboidal, nucleus is going to be in the center. In columnar, the nuclei is going to be at the base. Long and slender cells. Okay, this is clear. Structure is clear. I've just given you a very, what is that? Outline of it. Now we'll go and see NCERT a little. Okay, ready? Yes, a little bit NCERT we have to see. So first we will see what they have told about the. So students, this is how it will look. The squamous epithelium will look like this under the microscope. Okay. So we commonly refer to an epithelial tissue as epithelium. The tissue has a free surface. Understood? Which faces neither the body fluid or the outside environment, and thus provides a covering, okay, or a lining for some parts of the body. So you should understand the difference between covering and lining. If you do not understand covering and lining, then you will be like, you will just write everywhere covering. Instead of lining, you will write covering. Instead of covering, you will write lining. Covering means what? Outside. Now I'm covering my body with this t-shirt. Okay, lining means what? What is inside? Okay, yes. Now the cells are compactly packed with little intercellular matrix. Okay, compactly packed. Little, students, little to no. Okay, no, little to no, that is very negligible. There are two types of epithelial tissue, mainly simple epithelium and compound epithelium. Okay, simple epithelium is composed of a single layer. So simple people are who? Single people. Single people life is very simple, right? They wake up, they don't text anyone, they brush, they take bath, who knows? But people who are committed, right? People who are in a relationship, their life is more complex, compound. They have to inform, they have to call, they have to text, they have to inform correctly where they are going, what they are wearing. So that is a little complex, no? So that is multi-layered, okay? People who have a family, they have kids to take care, they have a wife, they have a husband to take care, they have, in-laws to take care. Multi-layered they are, multi-layered, and they are more compound and more complex, okay? More job they have, right? Yes. So here it think like this, okay? Simple life, single life. Simple epithelium is composed of a single layer, okay? Simple epithelium is composed of a single layer of cells and functions as the lining of the body cavities. So here it is important, students, where are the simple epithelium lining? They are lining the body cavities, ducts and tubes, okay? The compound epithelium consists of two or more layers, okay? Two or more layers are there and has a protective function as it does for our skin. So here a question can come to all of you. Shall I ask you a question? Yes. I know all of you are laughing, but inside I know you people are feeling bad. I know you people all want little complicated lives. Okay, now come back to class. Okay, after becoming doctor, everything will come. Okay, so yes, tell me this answer, students. Why are we not using simple epithelium for protection? Why are we not talking about simple epithelium for protection? We're always telling that it's doing filtration, cuboidal columnar will do secretion, okay, brush border epithelium, ciliated epithelium, but we're not talking about simple epithelium as protection. The simple answer for is this, that is, this fellow is a single layer, right? The simple epithelium is a single layer. Because it is a single layer, there is no point of this fellow doing the protection. So we will tell this fellow, you do one thing, you mainly focus on filtration, secretion, absorption and some movement. Okay, some movement. Why I am telling, if it is ciliated, it is going to help in movement, okay? But compound epithelium is not like that. Because this fellow is multi-layered, we are going to give him the main task of protection, okay? Main task of protection. Clear to all of you? So if the question comes in assertion reasoning anywhere, okay, that is because it is a single layer, okay? No, not that. Yes, very good. I think some of you answered very nice, okay? Because it's a single layer, we're not giving the job of protection, but we're telling them, you do one thing, you do filtration, secretion, absorption, some movement, but main job of protection, we will give it to the compound epithelium. So compound epithelium has a protective function as it does in our skin on the basis of, very, very important, okay, students, some lines of NCERT you might overlook, okay, like, when you're reading, you might not notice that well. that lines will come as assertion, reasoning, later. That is why biology, every student does not get 360 out of 360 or 350 or maybe not even cross 300, because they take this subject for granted, thinking that biology, very easy, who's going to study? But some lines, correctly, questions will come from that. So the one of that line is this: on basis of structural modifications. So they can ask you a question on basis of what is the classification done? On basis of structural modification. That is, simple epithelium is further divided into squamous, cuboidal and columnar. Clear to all of you? No doubts, I hope? Yes? Yes, correct. Anandita, very good. Okay, others also told the answer. Good job. Okay, this is clear, no? So, students, this is how your squamous will look under the microscope. So, I told you, they have irregular boundaries. Can you see? They have irregular boundaries like this. And it looks like a egg on a pan. Okay, like this. They look like this. Fine? This is the structure. Fine, I'm moving forward. Okay, now we will come to squamous epithelium. Now I want all of you, open your NCERT, take a highlighter right in front of you, and I want you, all of you, to take a sticky note as well. As and when I'm telling you, you are going to write the functions next to it, okay? Yes, I have put a snip of that textbook also where they have written the function, which I'll be sharing with all of you in this notes itself. But still, writing with your hands is more important, okay? Yes, the squamous epithelium is made up of a single thin layer of flattened cells with irregular boundaries. We already understood. They are found, very important, take your NCERT, highlight this. They are found where? Found in the walls of the blood vessels and air sacs of lungs, and are involved in the function like forming a diffusion boundary. So that is why we told, it is acting like an interface. Epithelial cells as a whole is acting as an interface between the body and your body surface and the organs, okay? At the same time, maximum materials are going to pass through epithelial cells. So they are going to do the job of filtration or act like a membrane, okay, diffusion membrane. So here the first question can come: squamous epithelium location. Lot of questions are going to come from this, okay? Whole textbook is painted. At least take one paper and write and keep, okay? From question is going to come from here only, okay? Yes, double coat it. Do it matte finish. Okay, let's make the matte finish. So, found in the walls of the blood vessels and air sacs. So, here air sacs of the lungs, that is your alveoli they're talking about. In the alveoli, they're going to help in oxygen and carbon dioxide exchange. Okay, so that also they're going to help. Now, the cuboidal epithelium is composed of, let's change the color, a single layer of cube-like cells. This is commonly found where? In the ducts of glands and tubular parts of the kidney, and it is main function as secretion and absorption. Okay, so cuboidal's main job, okay, first simple squamous epithelium is going to do filtration. Cuboidal will do the job of secretion and absorption. Where are they present? In the PCT, right? In the proximal convoluted tubules, they are going to be present, and they are going to help in maximum absorption of your filtrate, because glomerular filtrate 180 liters will be coming out. In that only 1 to 1.5 liters of urine will go out. That means 99% is getting reabsorbed, right? So that job your cuboidal epithelium is going to do. Now, the epithelium of the proximal convoluted tubule of the nephron in the kidney has microvilli. I will teach you this. Okay, right now just underline, double quote your NCERT with this. Okay, PCT has microvilli. We will come into this. Okay, now the columnar epithelium. Okay, the columnar. You take a paper and write. Okay, don't highlight the same thing and make it black, that you can't even see where it is found. Okay. The columnar epithelium, on the other hand, is composed of a single layer of tall and slender cells. Yes, their nuclei are located at the base. So here, particularly, they have spoken about the nucleus. So you should mark it then and there, because if they have mentioned it separately, question could be framed from this. Okay, columnar cells have nuclei at the base, but the squamous and cuboidal cells have it in the center. Okay, have it in the center. Free surfaces may have microvilli. They are found in the lining. Here we go. They are found in the lining of the stomach and intestine and help in secretion and absorption. If columnar or cuboidal cells bear cilia on them, I will call it ciliated cuboidal, ciliated columnar. Now, if I want to call you people, I'll call Dr. Hasini, Dr. Rani, Dr. Anandita. That means what? Once you have become a doctor, I will call you with a doctor name, right? Same thing here. If they are going to have cilia, I will call it ciliated columnar epithelium, ciliated cuboidal epithelium, right? If they have microvilli, I will call them brush border columnar epithelium, brush border ciliated epithelium. We'll come into that, don't worry, okay? This is clear. Their function is to move particles or mucus in a specific direction over the epithelium. They are mainly present in the inner surface of a hollow organs like your bronchi and fallopian tubes. So one is going to help in the movement of your exchange of gases, one is going to help in the movement of your ova, okay, ovum and ova. Yes, yes, all of you, Dr. Rathis, everyone, okay, one by one I'll tell. Now you'll get everyone. I cannot call, no. Yes, clear, highlighted, textbook is fully highlighted. Yes, we will just write some few more things, okay. Students, did you all mark that? Should I show the slide once again, or is it fine? I hope all of you have marked it so we can move forward. Yes, you can move forward. Fine, okay, okay, good job. Good job. Okay. So students, as I told you, see, three types are mainly present. That is your squamous, cuboidal and columnar. No doubt in that. But they can have modification. That is, if the epithelial cells, let's say if you're cuboidal, okay, or columnar, depending on what they have on the free surface, okay. Let's say on the free surface, if they have microvilli, okay, microvilli or villi, this will be called as brush border epithelium. What will be they called as? Brush border. Brush bordered cuboidal epithelium or columnar epithelium. Okay, I'm just writing it. I'm just writing epithelium. So, listen to me carefully, okay? Listen to me carefully. So, when I'm talking about it, what am I trying to say? Let's say if it is cuboidal, they are going to have like this foldings, okay? Like this foldings are going to be present, and I am drawing the nuclei right in the center. Now this folding, students, what are they going to do? They are going to provide more surface area for secretion and absorption, okay? For absorption, they are going to provide more surface area. Now let's say if it is columnar, like this long cells, they will have foldings, okay? Again, long cells will have foldings, long cells will have foldings, okay? Like this, okay? Brush border epithelium. That means they have microvilli or villi present on the free surface. This is the free surface, apical surface, remember? So normally, how will the cells look? Normally, the cells will be like this. Where do I draw? Okay, I'll take a turn and yes, students. So normally, the cells will look like this. This is cube-like. Okay, they can become like this. So this is the free surface. Free surface can have modification. Same thing goes with columnar, okay? Clear to all of you? So, brush bordered epithelium. Yes, this is going to increase the surface area for absorption. Increase the surface area for absorption. Clear to all of you? Now, students, the thing is, here, when we talk about cuboidal, you have to remember under this, okay, I'm writing under this, it is present in the proximal convoluted tubule. Proximal convoluted tubule, it is present. Why? For more maximum absorption of the GFR. Okay, maximum absorption of the GFR. So this is an important line. Okay, this cuboidal is present. Okay, I've drawn it under. If you want, I'll write it here also. Cuboidal. Okay, cuboidal is present in the proximal convoluted tubule, so they can absorb more GFR. Now, one more category is that, okay, one more category is that if they have cilia, okay, if they have cilia, what are cilia? Hair-like structures, right? hair-like projections. So if they have cilia, again they can be called as ciliated epithelium. Ciliated epithelium. Students, again, glandular epithelium is there, pseudo-stratified epithelium is there. Last time also I taught you, people remember. So glandular epithelium, where they have modification to form glands. It could be unicellular gland or many cells, okay, many cells. Now, depending on the secretion, they have exocrine and endocrine. Pseudo-stratified means what? They give the appearance of, you know, multi-layer, but they're not multi-layer. They're just cells who are incomplete, okay. And those pseudo-stratified epithelium is also present, but it's not mentioned, okay, it's not mentioned much. Yes, ciliated epithelium. This ciliated epithelium, you have to remember again the structure. So let's say I'm drawing the cuboidal one, okay, this is your cube cells. They will have what? They will have cilia like this, okay, they'll have cilia like this. Okay, yes, they'll have cilia like this. Clear? They'll be called as ciliated cuboidal epithelium. So far, no doubts, right? And what are they going to help in? These people, now again, columnar also is there. Okay, this is columnar. Students, base of the base nucleus present at the base. Okay, I'm repeating again and again. Yes. Where are these people present? They are mainly present on the bronchioles, lining of the bronchioles, okay, smaller bronchioles and fallopian tube. That means these are helping in the movement. It's an interesting topic, yes or no? All of you tell me in the chat box, isn't it an interesting topic? If you learn it with all your concentration, it is going to help a lot. So this is going to help in movement, okay. This is going to help with absorption and here I'll write it here, going to help in absorption. Yes, done. Please copy this down. I will move. This is maximum I can move, okay. Please copy this down. Very, very important this is. Again, modification. One more modification is your glandular epithelium. We'll come into that also. Yes, done? Okay. Don't worry, this notes will be available. So, this is the columnar epithelium, okay, you can see columnar is there. No, this is sorry, this is cuboidal epithelium, okay. Structure is very, see, like this, cuboidal epithelium, like this. These are cuboidal epithelium, okay. This is how it will look under the microscope. This is just a diagrammatic representation of it. Okay, now we'll see glandular, okay, glandular epithelium. Again, it's a modification. So this is what you have to understand. Under epithelial, simple epithelium, you have squamous, cuboidal, columnar. Modification, that means they have modified themselves to become glandular, pseudo-stratified, ciliated and your brush border epithelium, okay. Don't get it confused. Don't be like, my god, this many layers are there. No, only 3 are there, students. Glandular and pseudo-stratified also we write. So when we are writing the classification, shall I write it somewhere? Okay, I'll write it here. See, this is glandular. So when we are writing your simple epithelium, no? What is the exact classification that comes? 1, 2. Okay, so we will start with squamous. Squamous is there, no doubt. Cuboidal. Okay, squamous is there. Cuboidal is there. I'm writing this here so that you do not have any doubts. Okay, columnar is there. Glandular we write actually here. Okay, glandular and pseudo-stratified. Pseudo-stratified. Stratified is a part of your compound epithelium. So pseudo stratified means what? False compound. Okay, false stratified. So pseudo stratified epithelium. See students, this is actually a part of your, it's a modification. Okay, it's a modified columnar cell actually. Okay, it's a columnar epithelium. Okay, columnar epithelium. What exactly happens is, remember, in your pseudo stratified, like this the cells will be. Okay, like this the cells will be. Like this. See, like this the cells will be. Okay, the cells are like this. Now looking at it, don't you think it is multi-layered? Tell me honestly, don't be like, no ma'am, it doesn't look like that. Tell me, looking at it, just suddenly if you look at it, does it look multi-layered? Yes or no question? Okay, yes or no question? Yes, yes or no? If you normally look at this, does it look multi-layered? Yes, appears multi-layered. Very good. Okay. Yes, ma'am, it appears multi-layered. But is it actual multi-layer? Not at all. Okay. It is basically incomplete cells. Okay. They have a short cell and a long cell. So, this cells have, you know, it looks like a compound one, but it is actually false compound. Okay, false compound. They actually, we tell the short cell have oval nuclei, the long cell has you know, center nuclei, all that we tell, but it's not required. So this is your nuclei. Okay, this is your pseudo stratified. Clear to all of you? Okay, do you want me to write that? If you want me to write that, I can just write just 2 words. Okay, that is the long cells. They have long cells and short cells, no? Long cells will have oval nuclei because obviously it's long cells, no? Think like that, okay? Long cells will have oval nuclei, okay? And short cells will have round nuclei. Now you can ask me, ma'am, where is the people present? Are they present? Yes, they are present, student. They are present in the nose. Sorry, they're present in the nose, they're present in the trachea. So these are all there. Again, in this also categorization is there. Ciliated pseudo-stratified, smooth pseudo-stratified is there. But just remember that they are also present in the nose, trachea. So in the lining of that, these people also are present. Pseudo-stratified name is coming because it is false compound. It is showing us that it is compound, but it is actually false compound. Clear? Okay, so this is the whole categorization. But some people, like when we teach, usually what happens according to NCERT, under this only we will write categorization. Now, under cuboidal itself, I will write brush border, okay, brush border and ciliated. Okay, ciliated. So like that, we also write glandular. But right now, I've written it this way, so you have no confusions. Okay, fine. Let's move forward. I mean, to glandular. Okay. Glandular, so look here, some of the columnar or cuboidal cells get specialized for secretion and are called as glandular epithelium. So here they are only focusing on one thing, that is secretion. So glandular epithelium we are going to form, that is some modifications of the cilia. Okay, thank you Rathas, Nissan, Sony, Dream, and yes, thank you so much for all the hearts. Okay, yes, Supriya, fine. So students, glandular epithelium, they are mainly of 2 types. Okay, unicellular, that is consisting of isolated glandular cells. Example, you have to remember goblet cells of the alimentary canal. Now students, these goblet cells are going to release a glycoprotein. Okay, so this goblet cells goblet cells are going to release or secrete, okay, glycoprotein called mucin. Okay, mucin. This mucin actually dissolves with water. This mucin actually dissolves with water. I don't know where these missing letters are going. Okay, where is it? Okay, they're going to dissolve with water and form your mucus. Understood? So this goblet cells are helping in releasing a glycoprotein called mucin, which is actually dissolving in water to form your mucus. Then later they form the mucous membrane, right? So they are going to be the first unicellular. So when you categorize glandular epithelium, you have to categorize them into two categories, okay? One is glandular epithelium will be categorized based on the cells, unicellular or multicellular, and based on secretion. Is it exocrine? Is it endocrine? Is it with the duct or is it without the duct? Clear? So yes, very good. Many people know. Very nice. Mucin. Okay, so goblet cells release glycoprotein mucin, which dissolves with water to form your mucus. Okay, now let's go further. This and multicellular consisting of clusters of cells of your salivary gland. Okay, clusters of cells. That means multicellular means many cells. So you can think of your salivary gland. On the basis of the mode of pouring their secretions, glands are divided into two categories. What are they? Exocrine and endocrine glands. So exocrine, they have ducts. Endocrine, ductless, right? So the endocrine glands are going to drop there or going to put their secretions into the blood, and the blood is going to take it to the target organs. How do the blood know who is the target organs? Because the target organs will have the receptors. I've taught you this in chemical coordination. Yes or no? So exocrine glands will secrete mucus, saliva, ear wax, oil, digestive enzyme, other cell products. These products are released through ducts or tubes. Ducts or tubes means what, students? Like I have always told you, like let's say a drum of water is there. From the drum of water, I need water to my house. I will give a pipe connection to it. That pipe is going to be like a duct, right? From the exocrine gland, be it salivary, be it oil gland, they're going to take the oil, they're going to take the saliva and get it to the target organ. But imagine I do not have that pipe connection. How am I going to supposed to get the secretions? That is when blood is going to come and help. Okay, not for me, for in the body. Okay, so in endocrine we are going to mainly talk about hormones. In exocrine we talk about enzymes. Okay, so these products are released through ducts or tubes. In contrast, endocrine gland do not have ducts. Their products are called hormones and they are secreted directly into the fluid bathing the gland. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Yes or no, students? This is the glandular. Can you see? So this is your goblet cells. You can see, and you can see mucus. Okay, mucin will be released, which is going to dissolve and give the mucus, or the later form the mucus. Mucus membrane also will be formed. Okay, this is the diagram given in your NCERT. That also I have put. So you can see unicellular glands. Okay, unicellular glands are there, and here you can see multicellular glands. You can see many glands circling here. Here you can see one glands. Okay, one each. Any doubts on this? So this is the box from that book. Okay, so here students, everything is written, so you can just study from this. Let's go through this as well. Okay, so if any error, and error will not be there, they are big publications. Okay, simple epithelium. So students, we start with simple squamous epithelium. Okay, single layered flattened cells, tightly bound cells, diffusion and filtration. See, function also is given. Where are they present? They are present in the blood vessels, they told, no? Capillary walls, pulmonary alveoli of the lungs, covering visceral organs, internal organs, lining of the body cavity. So if you study this box, your whole thing will be done. Okay, you do not have to waste your time writing it, again noting it down, then again by hearting it. Just go through this box. You will be like, okay, last minute this box. Students, let me tell you over and over again, animal tissues is easy to understand. It is nice to listen. Okay, it is nice to understand. Okay, if, like morning with a peace of mind, if you start studying, easily you will finish it in 1 to 2 hours. Okay, let's say maximum 3 hours. Okay, because I am teaching it, it will take more time, but if you are learning it, it will take lesser time. But questions are going to come only based on examples, location, where is it present, what is the modification. Same like animal kingdom, you might understand about every phylum, but when it comes to the, like let's say an example, you should be able to understand. Now suddenly if I tell you loligo or dentalium, you should be able to tell the phylum. So that fast you should be able to understand this chapter. Okay, yes. So no need, Shruti, I'll share the PDF with you. I'll share this PDF with you. You can download the PDF. If you want to take screenshot, you can take. Okay, but I don't know how much clarity will be there. Yes. So students, it is single layer, flattened, tightly bound, diffusion and filtration present in the blood vessels, alveoli of the lungs. Okay, more they have given, covering the visceral organs. Next is simple cuboidal epithelium, single layer of cube shaped cells. Main job what? Excretion, secretion and as well as absorption. It is present in the surface of the ovaries, lining of the kidney tubules. Very important according to your NCERT. Okay, salivary ducts and pancreatic ducts. Simple columnar epithelium, single layer of non-ciliated tall column shaped cells, protection, secretion as well as absorption. Lining of the most digestive tracts. Simple ciliated, again lining of the stomach and intestine we had told, no, so that only comes here. Simple ciliated columnar epithelium, single layer of ciliated column shaped cells which are going to do the job of movement, transport, okay, transport. Now lining of the uterine tubes, pseudo stratified ciliated columnar epithelium, that is columnar. I told you pseudo stratified are those columnar cells, okay, but they are ciliated also. So I told you in pseudo stratified, ciliated can come, smooth can come. Ciliated will be present in your nose, trachea places, okay. So they are single layer of irregularly shaped cells, many goblet cells, protection, again see lining of the respiratory passageways, okay. Clear to all of you? Any doubts in this? Students, I'll write here that example also. Yeah, I'll just write here the example, okay. Pseudo stratified, this is your pseudo stratified. It can be, if it is ciliated, okay, it will be present in the nose, trachea. Clear? Pseudo stratified ciliated columnar epithelium. Any doubts so far? We have done the simple epithelium. We will learn about compound epithelium. Drink water. 2 minutes water break. Not 2 minutes, 2 seconds. Yes, done. Wrote everything. If you do not write anything, then I don't know what you will stare at the sky, okay. You will be staring. You, what did I study today in this class? Which class did I do? Chapter name also you'll forget after some time. Okay, now compound epithelium. Simple is clear. Shall we do a GM express quickly? Okay, shall we do a GM express quickly? Okay, so what did we do? Animal. Okay, animal tissues we understood. We understood that animals can be multicellular or unicellular. If they are unicellular, there is no division of labor. Everything should be done by a single cell. If it is multicellular, there is division of labor. Many cells combine to form your tissues. Tissues form organ, organ form organ system form your organism. Tissues are what? A group of cells that perform a specific function with the help of intercellular substances. Now in tissues, you have to study 4 primary tissues: epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscular tissue and neural tissue. Now we have learned epithelial tissue. Epithelial tissue means lies above the lining. Lining of the lining as well as covering of the organs will be done by your epithelial tissue. It can also act as an interface. It also helps with filtration. Okay, it helps with filtration, secretion and absorption. Now if we further divide the epithelial tissue, we should understand that this epithelial tissue is avascular, has high regeneration capacity, compactly packed with less intercellular matrix. Okay, now most importantly, epithelial tissues can be divided into 2 categories based on the, depending on the number of layers. It can be simple or, you know, compound epithelium. Simple epithelium means single layered epithelium. Simple can be further divided into, based on structural modification, can be divided into squamous epithelium, columnar epithelium, ciliated epithelium, glandular epithelium, pseudo-stratified epithelium. Again, columnar, ciliated can be divided into brush border and, columnar and cuboidal can be further divided into ciliated or brush border epithelium. Okay, squamous epithelium, when we talk about, it's like a pavement membrane. It's a flattened cell, completely flat cell. If you see it from the side, it's going to be like a flattened cell, but if you see it from the top view, you will notice that it is irregular. It has irregular boundaries, tightly packed cells. Okay, squamous epithelium is present in the lining of your blood vessels, lining of the alveoli, and it also lines the visceral organs. When you come to cuboidal epithelium means a single layer of cube-like cells. This cuboidal epithelium can be modified into brush border or ciliated depending on if they have microvilli and villi or if they have cilia. Now this cuboidal epithelium is going to be lining in the PCT. Ciliated cuboidal epithelium is going to be present in the lining of the PCT. Clear? Now columnar epithelium, tall and slender single layered cell. Again, they can also be modified into brush border columnar or ciliated columnar. They are present in the lining of the stomach and the intestine. Then if you go further, it will be divided into glandular epithelium. Depending on the secretion and the number, they are divided into 2 categories. If it is depending on the number, they are divided into unicellular and multicellular. Unicellular example is goblet cells of the alimentary canal. Goblet cell secretes glycoprotein called mucin, which will dissolve with water to form the mucus. Now goblet cells, okay, then your unicellular goblet cells, multicellular, you can remember the salivary glands. Then if you go further, depending on the secretion, they are divided into endocrine and exocrine gland. Exocrine glands are the ones which have ducts. It could be, example could be saliva, oil, digestive enzymes. Enzymes are going to be released from your exocrine gland. With the help of ducts, they will reach the target organ. Endocrine glands are ductless glands which will put their secretions directly into the blood, like your all other glands, thyroid gland, thymus gland, parathyroid, multiple, you know, endocrine glands we have studied. Then pseudo stratified means they are faking that they are multicellular, but they are not multicellular. They are coming under simple layers because it is columnar epithelium with two cells, long cell and short cell. Long cell have oval nuclei, short cell have, round nuclei. Okay, round nuclei. These are pseudo-stratified epithelium. They can be ciliated or smooth. Ciliated pseudo-stratified epithelium are present on the nose and the trachea. Very important thing to remember that columnar epithelium has nuclei at the base. Okay, nuclei at the base. Clear? Other cuboidal as well as commas will have nuclei at the center. Clear to all of you? Are we done and are done? Okay, I finished the express. Did you finish the express? Done? Express done? We will change the color. One breath finished. Okay, finish the whole thing in a breath. I was just scared if I'll cough. But yeah, luckily God was like, okay, you will not cough. Done? Super clear? Is it flowing when I'm telling? See students, it's not actually difficult, right? The moment, see, I tell about simple squamous, you can think it's in the lining of the blood vessels and alveoli. The moment I tell cuboidal, think about PCT, okay, ciliated one. Okay, if I'm telling about columnar, think about stomach and intestine. So think, connect and do it in a flow, okay? Yes, perfect, okay? Shall we continue? We'll do compound epithelium. So students, compound epithelium, we already know from simple, what is the difference? Compound, multi-layered there, right? These are multi-layered. Is the color visible? Multi-layered epithelium. So with this class, you will study, you will make your notes, at the same time you will read NCERT, so you do not have another work separately. Okay, you do not have another work separately, okay? Thank you Mustang GT, that's a big compliment. Okay, so compound epithelium students, it's a multi-layered epithelium. Now, other than being multi-layered epithelium, these people, what are we going to take help from? These people are going to help in packaging and protection. Main job is going to be packaging and protection. Does not mean they're not going to help in secretion and other things. They're going to help, but the main job is going to be packaging and protection, and they are also going to work against mechanical and they're going to work against mechanical and chemical stress. Students, every tissue will have to go through a wear and tear, but depends, okay? Now, epithelial tissue is present in the outside. If they are present inside, they will not have that much wear and tear. But if it's present on the lining of the skin, it is definitely going to go through a series of wear and tear. Okay, so main job is going to be package and protection. See, in NCERT, types is not mentioned, but when I teach you excretion, when I taught you excretion, I had mentioned one word, which is going to make sense here, okay? So, students, compound epithelium. Compound epithelium. Do not forget to download this notes and keep, okay? Later again we have to come. Students, do not forget today 6 p.m. NEET Express is going to happen. Okay, quick revision of your 11th chapters. NEET Express, and on 29th, a big surprise is going to come for all of you. Okay, those students who have not started their preparation, those students who are in the mid of their preparation, those students who are looking for a revision, everything solution is going to come. So stay tuned till 29th on this channel. Something big is going to come. Okay, so students, compound epithelium, remember that two types are there. One is called as transitional epithelium. Transitional epithelium. Okay, and one is called as stratified epithelium. Why I am teaching this is because it is going to be followed in your human physiology. So one word will not harm my students. Students, sometimes we have to go out of NCERT to make some things, more understandable. Okay, so don't be like, ma'am, please don't tell one word also out of NCERT. Sometimes some reference we have to give. Okay, yes, fine. Now look here, transitional epithelium and stratified epithelium. Transitional epithelium is also called as urothelium. Why so, ma'am? Because this transitional epithelium, students, is going to line your urinary bladder, renal pelvis, your urinary bladder, I don't know, yeah, urinary bladder, renal pelvis, urethra. So everything is connected to this part, not your excretion. That's why it can also be called as urothelium. How many of you remember me talking about this in excretion? Yes? You people haven't left the she, yeah? She left you and went. She left you and went. You people haven't left the she. Students, they're talking about that she. Okay, the she in. Yes, tell me. What? Did I ever mention transitional epithelium when I was teaching excretion? Let me see who are my real students. Yes. Yes, ma'am. Yes, I have mentioned. Remember when I drew the urinary bladder, I drew the first layer as the transitional epithelium, right? So from where did I come? This one. It's a compound epithelium, students. Transitional epithelium can be 4 to 6 layers. Okay, this is mainly lining the, okay, I'm just going to write the important words only. Lining the urinary bladder, okay, renal pelvis, etc. That's why this can also be called as urothelium. This can also be called as urothelium. Clear? This much you remember. Nothing else, okay? Yes? Ma'am, spellings are not at all coming, it seems. Fine, clear? Now, students, stratified epithelium also, that is non-keratinized. Okay, first we'll write keratinized, keratinized and non-keratinized. Okay, keratinized is present in your skin and all of it. Remember, keratin treatment I want to do after I, clear NEET. What is all that? Keratin, that keratinized only we are talking about. So, stratified epithelium is keratinized and non-keratinized. This is present in the lining of the buccal cavity. This is present in the skin. Okay, so this much you remember. Why I told about this also? Because pseudo-stratified will make more sense when I'm talking about stratified, right? So, stratified epithelium is a part of the compound epithelium. That's why it's called pseudo-stratified. False compound. Okay, so student, this fellow is going to be multi-layered. Okay, he can have a cuboidal epithelium down. Okay, cuboidal epithelium will be there. Many other layers will be there. Okay, I'm just drawing very very randomly. Okay, wait, I will draw some polygonal cells. Okay. Okay, like this, some cells will be there. And this is your compound epithelium. Okay, they're going to, yes, they're going to have 4 to 6 layers. Okay. Yes, very good. Keratinized and non-keratinized. Okay. Don't write keratin and non-keratin. Keratinized, non-keratinized. Compound epithelium is clear. So, they are mainly going to help in packaging and protection because they are multi-layered. Okay. Other than that, much is not given for you. You can write it is lining the skin. You can write it is lining the buccal cavity. You can write that it is lining the, urinary bladder, renal pelvis, because it is given in a general. Okay. Categories is not, classification is not done. So, you can write it in a general thing. Okay. They are also going to lining and they are going to help in the protection and packaging. Any doubts, students? Okay. Yes. Okay. Perfect. Clear? Now, cell junctions. Okay. Cell junctions. What are the cell junctions, ma'am? Now, students, we have understood simple, compound. Okay. Then we have to do connective, muscular, neural. Muscular and neural, nothing is there. Okay. Nothing is there. Just one paragraph is there because you have studied locomotion and movement. You have studied neural tissue. So, there is nothing to teach there. Okay. Only thing you have to focus more is connective. After that, chapter will be done. Okay. Yes. Okay. So, keratinized is more of a dry structure. Okay, dry. The keratinized structure is the dry structure like how you have in skin. But when you talk about non-keratinized, it's having a moist surface. That's why it's present in the buccal cavity. Okay, Nandu? Yes. So, students, cell junction are going to be the people who are going to make this whole thing like cells communicate, cells prevent leakage, adhere the cells. All this they are going to do. They're basically going to help in the structural and functional part. Okay, how they are going to help, I will show you now. Okay, structural and functional part. Shall we write the categories? They're mainly in your NCERT. 3 categories is given, but actually there is more categories. Okay. Yes. So students, NCERT is actually like you're stepping. Okay. Once you go to MBBS, everything will become one chapter. Okay. So the book morning I was reading, no, in that epithelial tissue itself is a topic. Connective tissue itself is a topic. That means a whole topic. So more is there to study in that. Okay. Same way there's one book called Fundamentals. In that Fundamentals also you start to understand how membranes will be formed. Then you slowly go to tissues. So when you go further, you will learn in under human physiology, you will have an entire unit called tissues, right? Under tissues, every tissue will become a chapter by itself. So don't be like, oh my god, ma'am went one line out of NCERT. There everything is, NCERT is just your foundation. But if you build this foundation well, then whatever is added on will become very easy for you. But imagine a student who does not understand what is brush border, what is microvilli, what is villi, that student is going to face a trouble. Okay, later it's going to be easy. Fine. Now 3 parts, students. First thing is going to be tight junctions. Okay, tight junctions. Gap junctions. And adhering junctions. Yes, have we reached the target? Let me check the target. What happened? Ringer roses, why are you people telling? Oh my god, so bad, yeah. Attendance is disappointing. Okay, now look here. These are your cell junctions. Okay, cell junctions. Now let's say, students, this is one cell. Okay, this is one cell. Oh, not coming straight. Let's say this is a columnar cell. Okay, this is one cell. This is another cell. Yes, one cell done. I wish I could copy paste, but there's no option like that for me here. So I have to yes, students, draw with me. Yes, done, done. Okay, look here. I have drawn two cells everywhere. Now let's see what are these people actually going to do. So tight junctions are going to help the cells to communicate, help the cells to do all the jobs. Okay, so first is going to be tight junctions. What are tight junctions going to do, students? They are going to help in preventing the leakage. Okay, so let's say I'm drawing like this. Okay, between the cell I'm drawing like this one structure. Okay, something like this I'm drawing. This is going to prevent the leakage from the cell. What do you understand? It's going to prevent the leakage from the cell. Clear to all of you? They are going to prevent the leakage. So tight junctions are mainly based on preventing, okay, prevents leakage between two cells. Leakage between cells. Clear? So this is C1, cell 1, and this is C2. Between C1 and C2, who is going to prevent the leakage? Tight junctions. Clear to all of you? Tight junctions. So students, we can draw it with line or we can draw it like this. Okay. Now the next one. Next is gap junction. That's all is there. Tight junction prevents the leakage. Okay, if something is very tight, it's sure no that leakage will be prevented. So simple. Next is gap junctions. Gap junctions, I will do one thing. This one, no, I will just draw it, draw it in this way so that I can draw gap junctions like this. Students, structure is important. I cannot just draw anything and everything, right? So I have to, so I'll draw this, okay? I'll draw this between the cells, lines between the cells. Okay, like this lines I'm going to draw between the cells. Okay, these are called as tight junctions. Okay, they are going to prevent leakage between cells. Done, done, done. Now gap junctions. Gap junctions. What are they going to do? Gap junctions are going to make gaps. No, they are going to fix the gaps, right? These are going to help with the communication. Okay. What are they going to help with? The communication. So these are your gap junctions which are going to help two cells to communicate with each other. Okay, communicate with each other. So gap junctions are going to help with communication, communicating between cells. And students, very important, they also help in exchange. They also help in exchange of ions between the cells. Okay, rapid exchange of ions can happen between the cells, be it the smaller ions or the larger ions. Rapid exchange of ions happen between the cells. Yes or no? Check your NCERT and tell me. Oh ho ho. Rati's spelling, you see, students. Communication. Communication. Wow, what a spelling. What a spelling. Yes, ion exchange. Very good. So exchange of ions are going to happen. Smaller ions, larger ions, exchange between both the cells is going to happen. Imagine neighboring cells are there, students. Your neighbor is there. You will give something to your neighbor. No, neighbor will give in return something. Okay, you gave biryani one day. Neighbor is going to give the veg fried rice one day. So some exchange is going to happen. That kind of communication is going to happen because of the gap junctions. Okay. Yes, very good. Now, students, adhering junctions. From the term itself, something you're able to understand. Adhere. Okay, in the glue packet and all, if you see, they'll write adheres. That means what? Joins, holds two cells together. Okay, so these people are going to hold two cells together. Okay, these people are going to hold two cells together. Okay, adhering junctions, hold two cells together. Got it? Yes or no? So these people are going to help hold the neighboring cells, I'll write, okay? Hold the neighboring cells together. Got it? Red is visible, no? Yes, holds the neighboring cells together. Like how you hold in hand in hand when you're going for assembly, no? Same thing. Okay, it is going to help in holding the cells together. Ads are playing, huh? Oh, what happened? Actually, it was not playing before. All of you, quickly mark your attendance, like the video right now. I want the likes to increase, all of you. Those who haven't done, quickly like the video. Let's see how many of them did not mark the attendance. Who are the lazy people in the class? Conjuice people. Yes. Clear? Clear, all of you? Something they're telling. Deni, nani, munche, anche. What are you people talking? I'm trying to decode, but it's not happening. Yes, ready? Okay, done? Fine. Cell junctions are clear, students. They are going to help in the communication between the cell. They are going to help the cell to hold in place. So basically, even though cells are there, cell junctions have to be there, which are going to help in adhering the cell, tightening the leakage, okay, at the same time helping exchange of rapid ion exchange between two cells, okay. So we have tight junction, gap junction, adhering junction. Tight junction is going to prevent the leakage. Gap junction is going to let the cells exchange the ions, communicate with each other, and your adhering junction is going to hold the neighboring cell together. Clear? Neighboring cell together. Okay, so before we go to connective tissue, we'll take a cutie break and come. Okay. Or yeah, we'll take a break and come, right? Because already people are asking for break. Okay, break. How long? Now it's 1:38. Okay, let's assume 40. Okay. By 10-15 minutes break. Okay. Lunch break it is. Okay, too early. 20 minutes break. Okay. Yes. 2 is fine. Yes. See you all after the break. Okay. students. 1 second, I'll just share it on Telegram as well. Yes. Who is that? Tejal. Tejal forgot about the lecture. He's telling I forgot about the lecture. How can I forget the lecture? Yes. No, Nandu, I'll have lunch after the class. 20 minutes, I can't have lunch. Okay, because office is here, lunch place is somewhere else. By the time I go there, only 20 minutes will be over. Yes. Shall we do connective tissue? Yes. Okay. Ready? So, yes, we have done simple epithelial tissue is done and dusted. Cell junction is done. Now, connective tissue. Connective tissue is the only thing that you have to, like, understand a little bit because muscular and neural, there's nothing to study. Okay, muscular and neural, there's nothing to study. Connective tissue, because muscular and neural you have studied as a chapter itself, right? If I ask you myosin, actin, blindly you people will tell me, ma'am, myosin is a thick filament, actin is a thin filament. But connective tissue is not like that. Even though in body fluids and circulation we'll study a little bit about the fluid connective tissue, we have to learn more about connective tissue. So students, first of all, from the term itself, we understand that this connective tissue is going to do the job of connection, right? Connection and support. Connection and support is going to be done by your connective tissue, right? That is the main job of this fellow, the whole connection, because even when the epithelial cells were there, below that, who was the one who was supplying them with nutrients, supplying them with everything that is required for the epithelial cells? Connective tissue. So you should be like a connective tissue in your life, helping other people, okay? Connective tissue. Help the good ones, not the bad way, okay? So connective tissue is going to do the connection and support. Now, connective tissue has some parts to it, okay? Components. So connective tissue has some components, okay? The components of connective tissue, I'm writing here, okay? Components of connective tissue are some cells, okay? Are some cells, okay? Fiber and matrix. What is that, students? Fiber and matrix. Are you all writing with me? See, if you do not understand this, you will not understand the diagram that is given in your NCERT. So you have to write this. Okay? Yes? Skeletal also will be doing here. Okay? So cells, fibers and matrix. So if I ask you, what are the components? What are the connective tissue made up of? Connective tissue is made up of 3 things: cells, fibers and matrix. Okay, in that, cells are going to play the most important role. There are many cell, students, but here I'll be discussing few of them. Now listen here. The first cell that you have to understand is called as fibroblast or fibroblast cells. Okay, fibroblast or fibroblast cells. Second cell is called the plasma cell. Third cell is called the mast cell. Okay, these are the cells that are present, and your one and only macrophages. These are the cells that are present in the connective tissue. What are they? Fibroblast cell, plasma cell, mast cell, macrophages. Now, raise hands who know plasma cell, who has heard plasma cell, who has heard mast cell, and who has heard macrophages. Raise your hands, those who know, remember plasma cell, mast cell and macrophages. Yes, tell me quickly in the chat box. Okay. Plasma cell, remember when I taught you immunity chapter, I told that these B cells have plasma cells. So that means they are going to help in the production of antibodies, right? So plasma cell is going to help in the production of antibodies. Okay, production of antibodies. Then what about mast cell? Ma'am, mast cell, we know it is going to work when we have an allergy, right? This is going to release something called as histamine that is going to do vasodilation and let my body know that I am allergic, okay? An allergen has entered my body. Vasodilation is going to be done. Then what about macrophages? Ma'am, it is going to do phagocytosis. Yes or no? All this we have studied. Because this is a revision, right? We have done all of this, right? Very good. Antibodies, histamine, phagocytosis. But ma'am, I have not learnt about fibroblast, right? So fibroblast cell is something that you are going to study newly here. Yes or no? Something that you are going to study newly here. So students, your fibroblast cell, when I am talking about, all of you open your NCERT and tell me if you spot a diagram like this, okay? If you spot a diagram like this, quickly in the chat box, let me know. Shall I draw it a little more small? Otherwise filling this will become a task. Okay, I'm drawing it more smaller. Tell me if you find something like this similar diagram in your NCERT. NCERT. Do you find it anywhere? Diagrams. Yes, students? Something like this? Yes, ma'am. Okay, who spotted it? Who spotted it? Something like this is there in your NCERT? Yes or no? Isn't it too dull? We'll make it a little more beautiful. Not just beautiful, students, to show you the outer line. Yes. Better? Very good. This is, ma'am, fibroblast cell. From the fibroblast, if you notice, you will all notice that there is collagen coming out, right? There are collagen fibers which are coming out from this fibroblast cells if you look at the diagram of your areolar tissue, right? If you look at the diagram of your areolar tissue, right? Hi, Linz. Yes, I remember you. Okay, so here, this is your fibroblast cell. This is your fibroblast cell. This fibroblast cell, students, is not a chumma person, okay, not chumma coming and sitting there. Fibroblast cells are going to secrete or give out the fibers, okay. So they are going to secrete the fibers. Now what are fibers? Okay, what are fibers? All of you tell me in the chat box. This fibroblast cells are the one who are secreting out two things, the matrix and the fiber. Students, fiber is going to be there. Matrix is that extracellular ground substance. Okay, we can tell it as the ground substance. So if you read somewhere the word ground substance, don't get yourself confused. Ground substance is your matrix. Okay. Now remember, this fibroblast cells are going to form the fiber as well as matrix. Now fiber is of two types. They are made up of structural proteins. Okay, fiber is of two types. They are made up of structural proteins. What are the structural proteins they are made up of? First of all, let's write what are the fibers. They are collagen and elastic. Okay, elastic fibers. They are formed by two structural proteins which are very important for you to remember. That is collagen protein, okay, and elastin protein. Clear to all of you? They are made up of two structural proteins called as collagen protein and elastin protein. Okay, clear? Wow. Students, one of my students, this student is there from very long back, and I met him through the Malayalam channel. His name is Roshit. Okay. He got 619 2024, but still did not get a seat. So you understood where is the, I told you, last time 6 people who got 690 is the only ones who would have landed in a good government seat. Others, everyone would have taken a drop. Okay. So yes. Yes, chuma means simply. Okay, now students know it by now. Okay, my vocabulary all of you know by now. Okay, collagen and elastin fibers is clear. Matrix is clear. Fibers are clear. Matrix also is clear. Matrix is made up of glycoproteins and other things which you don't have to worry about. But is this clear? So this connective tissue components are cells, fibers, and matrix. In the cells are fibroblasts, plasma cells, macrophages, and mast cells. In the fibroblast cells produce your fibers and your matrix. Okay, fibers are there and matrix is there. Now students, this is your fibroblast. This one which I have drawn here is your collagen, right? Collagen. Now remember one thing, there are cells also, no? These cells which I told are present in your NCERT also. If you go and open your NCERT, you will see that there are, okay, some mast cells are there. Okay, some mast cells are there. Sorry, this is macrophages. Macrophages are there which are going to do phagocytosis. Okay, phagocytosis, these people are going to do. Fine. Then there is another cell. Okay, students, I have to use many colors. Yes. Okay. Yes. So these are the cells. Then there are mast cells. Okay, mast cells are there which are going to be present. Okay, mast cells is going to be present. So different cells are there, right? Different cells are there. Clear? Clear to all of you? Done, connective tissue. Any doubts in this? Any doubts in the components? Because this is what is going to continue. Okay, I will just tell fiber and matrix. You should understand which is the ground substance, which is, what is the ground substance is what, fiber is what. Okay. Yes, thank you, Sandra. Yes, Priya. So, I will just label the cells as well because it's important for you to know the diagram. Okay, diagram is important, students. Every diagram that I'm drawing on the board is not for just beautification, but it's also for you to understand. Okay, all these cells are present in your areolar tissue. If you see, they have drawn it in a box, but I have scattered it and drawn. Okay, I have scattered it and drawn. Done? Okay, good job. Now we will learn the types of connective tissue. So this is the diagram that I was drawing, right? This is the fibroblast cell. Okay, this is the fibroblast cell. What you're seeing, the blue color is the collagen fibers, fibroblast cell, and your macrophages, mast cells. Can you see? Mast cells, macrophages, all these are present. Okay, at the same time here you can see eosinophils. Okay, eosinophils you can see. Like that, many cells are there. In that, all the cells that you have to remember, I have mentioned for all of you. Okay, eosinophils are there, basophils are there. Yes. Now here, what you're seeing is your adipose tissue. So students, imagine, okay, let's say when we are running. Okay, when we are running somewhere, it's not necessary, that I will only fall like this. There could be chances that I fall this way, I fall this way. There is any way chances that I get a hitting or I get a mechanical stress. Okay, so this connective tissue is going to bear the mechanical stress. Connective tissue, one more very important thing that I forgot to tell here is, students, this connective tissue is the most abundant. Okay, question can come. Which is the most abundant? This is the most abundant tissue and it is widely distributed. Okay, these two lines are very important. Widely distributed. Clear? Widely distributed. Okay, and students, very important, in the comments let me know which is their most favorite slide. Okay, I really like doing that because it's so much fun when students tell their favorite slide, favorite moment in the class. It's actually so much, fun. Okay, so much fun when students do that. Yeah. Done? Done. Yes, okay, fine. Now this is clear, no? Most abundant, widely distributed, it is mesodermal in origin. That is one extra thing. Okay, it is mesodermal in origin. I have not missed any points here. Whenever I'm missing it, I'm going and writing it, okay? Because so much information is there. Sometimes here and there, some missing can happen. So I'm writing it. So this is the diagram, which is very important. They can ask you, label the following. They can ask you the missing letters. You are supposed to write it. You cannot argue with NTA. You cannot argue with the committee telling that you never told that this diagram is important. If you tell like that, they'll be like, go home and sit. Okay, you're not meant to be a doctor, go home and sit. So you cannot keep cribbing and complaining about everything, because last year it happened. I've seen many students' attitude change towards NEET. Okay, they're like, this they never told, how can they give this question? Students, if it is in NCERT, if the question has come from it, it is justified. Okay, and sometimes if it is borderline also, it is justified, because it's a competitive exam, and every competitive exam for that matter does not have a, you know, what is that, cut rule telling that every line should be from NCERT, nothing like that. Okay, so in case some additional information come, fibroblast, does it secrete cell fibers and matrix, you do not know, it's your problem. So that's why I'm telling you, when I'm teaching a little additional information, instead of crying, just write it down in your NCERT, okay, because that will connect you for the next chapter. So yes, this diagram they can give you, they can ask you to label the macrophages, they can ask you to label the mast cells, they can ask you to label the fibroblast, collagen fibers. This is your adipose tissue. They can ask you to label adipose tissue. Anything they can ask you to label. Okay? Yes? Okay. Clear to all of you? Yes or no? Thank you, Mani. Thank you, Nandini. Thank you, Mustang. Okay, this is clear. Now, this is your adipose tissue. So, students, this is the fat storage cell. Okay, this is the fat storage cell, and this is going to be underlying your skin. So that's what I told you, when a mechanical stress comes, you have your epithelial cells, below that you have your connective tissue. In that connective tissue, what could be there? Adipose tissue will be there. Okay, areolar tissue will be there, adipose tissue will be there. They are going to do the protection. At the same time, you have your regular and your irregular tissue, which you're going to study. Okay, so this is multiple layers of skin. That's why it's like, you know, like if I hit you like this, now I hit myself, for a minute I will have a little, you know, pain or something, irritation. After that I will not feel it anymore, right? That's because of how the layers are made under the skin to protect from all the mechanical stress. Clear? Yes. Fine. Moving for this is the diagram from that book. Okay, you can see the diagrams now, how they are. So this is your macrophages, reticular fibers. So reticular fibers is mentioned actually under fibers, types are there. So we also tell reticular fibers, but don't worry about it. Okay, fibroblast is important for you. Elastic fibers, understood, no? Collagen and elastic fibers are there. Then collagen fibers are important for you. Macrophages, blood vessels, adipocyte. See, can you see adipocyte? Here also it is given. Okay, this is your adipocyte. This is the adipocyte. Fine. Clear to all of you? Later, don't tell, where, ma'am, adipocyte, I didn't see. This is your adipocyte. Inside fat will be stored. Okay, inside fat will be stored. Now, let's see few lines of NCERT. In all connective tissue except blood, very, very, very important. Students, except blood, the cells secrete fibers. So, what are they telling? Except your fluid connective tissue. Except your fluid connective tissue, every other connective tissue has fiber. Imagine blood, which is supposed to be liquid. So students, let me tell you this also. Connective tissue can be fluid to semi-solid, gel type also. Okay, like semi-solid we tell. No? Gel I am telling for you to understand what is the texture. So, in case blood had fibers, you tell me, will it flow? Will it flow? Imagine water. In the water, we have put like, you know, threads, lot of threads. Will the water flow smoothly? No, it will get clogged. It will get clotted somewhere. No. So, blood is the one who does not have fiber. But every other connective tissue has fiber and matrix. Clear to all of you? This question can come as assertion reason. So, please mark it. Okay. They have structural proteins called collagen or elastin. The fibers provide strength, elasticity and flexibility to tissues. In that, your collagen fibers are non-elastic. Okay. Please make a note here only. Everything in one slide will be always better. Okay, here collagen is non-elastic. Collagen non-elastic. Okay, this is elastic. Elastic from word only you will understand. No, this provides the elasticity. Okay, and this both of them provide flexibility, and this one will provide strength. This will provide strength. Okay, strength, elasticity and flexibility is provided by your structural proteins. Okay, structural proteins. Yes, done. Now see, let's go forward. Flexibility, these cells also secrete modified polysaccharide which accumulate between the cells and fibers and act as matrix. So they are made up of glycoprotein plus polysaccharides, okay, mucopolysaccharide. So they also secrete modified polysaccharides which accumulate between the cells and the fibers, and they are called the matrix or the ground substance. Okay, connective tissue is divided into 3 categories. How did I tell you? You can remember this. Let me see who remembers the trick. I told you if you do not revise the trick, you will forget the trick. Then to make a trick, I have to make a trick to remember the trick. Okay, so let's see who remembers. I think I only remember. Okay, the trick is la, dri, saw, snake, fight. Okay, la, dri, saw, snake, fight. In that, okay, in that la, this one, L stands for loose connective. Students, I am writing CT, that is loose connective. Okay, ladri, saw, snake, fight. That is ladri, loose connective. Now I'll scold and all of you will melt in the chat box. Okay, very important conversation you're having with each other, no? Who melted? Did ma'am melt? Am I putting butter? Am I putting cheese? Now I will scold for 2 minutes. I will scold straight. Then all of you will melt in the chat box. Okay, then you will sit and cry. Yo, ma'am scolded. So now listen to the class here. Okay, ladri, saw, snake, fight. Okay, fight I did not write, I'll write it later. So ladri, L stands for loose connective tissue, A stands for areolar, A stands for adipose. Ladri is a girl's or boy's name, okay. So la is your loose connective tissue, ladri, clear? Yes. Now dri, I think I have to write it somewhere else, no? I need more space. Okay, I'll just write the trick here and I'll write the explanation in the next page. Okay, ladri, saw, snake, fight. Friends, with lot of difficulty I made this trick, okay. It was very difficult to make a trick because the words are like that, no? So connective tissue is divided into 3. Loose connective tissue, dense connective tissue and skeletal specialized connective tissue, okay. Under specialized we are going to have more types. Okay, yes. So first I'll write the trick, then I will go to loose connective tissue, okay. Shall we write the trick? 1 second. Yes. Okay. So students, I'm writing the trick here. What is the trick? La, write somewhere and keep, because this will help you when you're studying 200 concepts at one time. Okay. So ladri, students, L stands for loose connective tissue. A stands for areolar. Okay, it's a type of loose connective tissue. So la is one word, understood? Areolar connective tissue. A stands for adipose. So loose connective tissue is done. Okay, loose connective tissue is done. Now next is D. Okay, D stands for dense connective tissue. R stands for regular dense connective tissue. I stands for irregular. I stands for irregular. So dense connective tissue also is done. Okay, next saw. S stands for specialized connective tissue. Types of specialized connective tissue, I have written it here. Okay, S stands for skeletal. Under specialized connective tissue you have skeletal tissue. and you have fluid connective tissue. Okay, fluid connective tissue. I've used the same color so it is easier for you to understand. Okay, easier for you to understand. Clear? So under fluid connective tissue you have two blood and lymph. These are the only ones that lack fibers. Okay, so I'm writing it here, lack fibers. Lack fibers. Okay, skeletal connective tissue you have two, cartilage and bone. Okay, cartilage and bone. Understood the categories? Yes or no? Yes, clear? This is clear or not? Tell me fast in the chat box. Is it clear? So students, each connective tissue I have written it in that particular color. So as you can understand, L, okay, is loose connective tissue. Okay, D is dense connective tissue. These are the types of connective tissue. Okay, and S is specialized connective tissue. Okay, specialized connective tissue. These are the three types of connective tissue. La, Dri, saw, snake, fight. Okay, La is loose connective tissue, areolar and adipose. Dri is dense connective tissue, regular and irregular. Okay, specialized tissue, skeletal, under skeletal, cartilage and bone, under fluid, blood and lymph, in that they lack fibers. Okay, yes, my god. Okay, fine, let's continue with loose connective tissue. So students, tell me the components of connective tissue in the chat box. Fast. Components of connective tissue. Yes. Now, loose connective tissue, from the word itself you understand loose connective means here matrix is more. That means ground substance is more. Okay. And fluid, fiber is less. Do you understand? Matrix is more. Okay, imagine your mom is making sambar in the morning where she has put only radish. Okay, because none of the vegetables were there. She fought with you yesterday. She did not buy any vegetables. Only radish is there. The sambar will be watery or the sambar will have lot of vegetables. Of course, the sambar will not have, okay. So, the sambar will not have any vegetables. It has only radish. So, that is going to be what? Loose. Okay, loose connective tissue means matrix is more, ground substance is more, fiber is less. Under loose connective tissue, you have two categories, that is your areolar and adipose connective tissue. Yes, clear to all of you? So, I'm writing it here. Loose connective tissue. Okay, loose connective tissue, we have two types. In the two types, first of all, you have to remember the diagram is the most important thing. Okay, diagram is the most important. If you do not know the diagram, then students, very sad that you will not be able to write anything. Okay, so again, we are going to draw the fibroblast cells. Okay, this is the fibroblast cells. Then what am I supposed to draw? I'm going to draw the mast cell. Okay, the mast cell. Then I'm going to draw the macrophages. Okay, I'm going to draw the macrophages. Then I will draw the collagen fibers, right? Collagen fibers. This diagram, anyhow they can ask you. Okay, anyhow they can ask you. Clear to all of you? So by the time I shade it, I want all of you to draw this or write the labelings. Okay, write the labelings. Yes, this is the fibroblast cells. Yes, done. Drawing is done. Yes, drawing done, students. Did you all understand? Macrophages I am drawing now. Macrophages are going to do what? They are going to help with phagocytosis. Okay, they are going to help with phagocytosis. Obviously, eosinophils and all of that is going to be there. Okay, that we are not focusing much, because here, more than that, what is mentioned? This is mentioned, no, about your mast cells and other things. So, we are focusing on that. Clear to all of you? I hope labeling is clear. One second, I'm just yes, done and dusted. Yes, done. Structure is clear. This is clear. Inside this, definitely, students, cellular matrix will be there. Okay, I'm putting some dots. Okay, some branch structures will be there. Some WBCs will be there. Adipocytes will be there. All that I'm not drawing. Whatever labeling chances are there to come, that I'm drawing. Okay, chalo, let's label. Tell me, labeling this one. What is this? This is the fibroblast. Okay, fibroblast. This is the macrophages. Macrophages. Okay, this is the mast cells that will release histamines. Okay, mast cells, and these are your collagen fibers. They are going to provide the strength. Okay, collagen fibers. This is what I have drawn. What did I draw? What did I draw? What is this? This is your areolar tissue. So, students, in areolar tissue, diagram is the most important. That's why I drew the diagram. Okay, areolar tissue. Now, if I have to draw adipose tissue, okay, one kutti box I'm drawing. Adipose tissue. Adipose tissue, it's more easier. Okay, we draw cells like this. Okay. Okay, cells like this. Okay, like this cells if you draw, inside that if you fill it with the fat, okay, imagine fat is filled like this. Okay, I've just, okay, this is fat filled cells. There can be cells which does not have the fat. Okay, this is the cell. Clear? Yes? So, these are the, so students, adipose tissue, I can also use the word adipocytes. Okay, adipocytes. So, adipose tissue, the adipose tissue have adipocytes. Okay, these cells are called adipocyte cells. They will have fat. Okay, this is the fat storage where they will have, so fat storage. This is the fat. Clear? Any doubts? Okay, clear to all of you? These are the two things in your loose connective tissue. So, loose connective tissue, what you have to mainly remember? You have to remember that the matrix is more and the fiber is less. Let's go to dense connective tissue. Okay, let's go to dense connective tissue. Loose connective tissue. Students, anything extra you want me to write? That's all, no? Just check your NCERT. Location I'll write off. Okay, location. That I will write it here only. Okay, tell me, where is it all present? These locations. Okay, just tell the locations, all of you. Beneath the skin, skin and muscle, epithelium, all that. Okay, that is what I'm writing here. So it is present beneath skin. Okay, wait 1 second. Present beneath skin. Epithelium. Yes. Below the epithelium. I've not written below the epithelium. Okay. Then students, this is present. Again, this is also beneath the skin only. So just write it like that. Yeah. Do you want me to write? I can write extra this information that these people act as a reservoir. Okay. Reservoir as well as insulation. Okay. Reservoir of energy, and these people are going to provide insulation, and they are present, okay, beneath stomach lining, kidney lining. So all these places they'll be present. Clear to all of you? Done? Any doubts? Varman of zoology. What does it mean? Yes, this is your whole insulation. Insulation has only one L, no? Insulation. Okay, it provides the insulation, students. Okay, and also reservoir for energy. Done? Done, done, done. I can see Money telling done, done, done. Others gone. Sleeping. Okay, sleeping. Yes. Diagram looks nice. Diagram is very important, students. That's why we should draw the diagram and learn. Okay. These notes will be shared on the Telegram channel, Vedantu NEET English Telegram channel, as well as Biology by Gopika. Okay. So you can join the Telegram channel and you can continue your preparation stronger and faster. Okay, done. Let's continue. Next we have dense connective tissue. Okay. Now, okay, this no need, no, this slide. Yes. Dense, this is the trick to remember. Dense connective tissue, what is going to be the most important thing? Remember, when I talk about dense connective tissue, okay, we are almost done. We have only now muscular, specialized, muscular and neural. Okay, will be done in no time, but I want all of you to listen. It will take some time. No, dense connective tissue, students, when we talk about, remember that here fiber is going to be more, okay, and matrix is going to be less. Matrix is going to be less. Like your mom makes sambar where vegetables are going to be more and the liquid part is going to be less. Here also same thing. Fiber, vegetable part will be more, the liquid part will be less. No, same way here fibers will be more, matrix is going to be less. So if I, let's say if I draw like this, okay, let's say I'm drawing the irregular one. Okay, I'm drawing the irregular one. Students, the irregular one, the fibers will be somewhat like this. Okay, somewhat like this. The fibers will be very irregularly arranged. Like this, okay. So this will be present near your skin. Why? Because from anywhere if you get the shock, okay, you get the stress, this is going to do the protection. Okay, understood all of you? So this is very important for you to remember, and this place, rest of the place, matrix is going to be there. Okay, rest of the place, matrix is going to be there. Done? So let's read NCERT. Yes. Fibers and fibroblasts are completely packed in dense connective tissue. Understood? Fibers are going to be more and matrix is going to be less. Orientation of fibers show a regular or irregular pattern and they are called as dense regular. So DREES, dense regular and dense irregular tissues. In the dense regular connective tissue, the collagen fibers are present in rows. Okay, so in regular one, you imagine that you have arranged all the books properly and kept one after the other, one after the other, one after the other. Now, definitely if I push the book from this side, it will fall. If I push the book from this side, it will fall. If I push like this, it will fall. But it is not necessary that if I push the book from top, like top in the sense, let's say this is the book. I don't have a book. Okay, so this is a book. Okay, this is the book. If I push like this, the book is not going to fall. Only if I push from the corners, the book is going to fall. A pile of book, I'm telling, it's arranged parallelly. So this regular tissue is going to be present in tendon and ligaments. The type of regular tissue is going to be present in tendon and ligament, bone to bone and bone to muscle kind of connections, okay? But irregular tissue means you have not kept the book at all in arrange. You have kept it like this, like this, like this. Now from wherever I push, the book will fall. Okay, understood? So this is going to be present on the skin. Okay, it is going to be present beneath the skin so that protection can happen. From wherever you are experiencing a stress, wherever you are experiencing a stress, body is going to take up that mechanical stress. Clear to all of you? Irregular means the fibers are not arranged in parallelly proper regular manner. Regular means proper. Regular student means what? Every time attends the class. Irregular student means what? Once in a while comes, makes the problem and then goes. Okay, so this is going to be irregular. So here you see the collagen fibers are present in rows between many parallel bundles of fibers. Tendons which attach skeletal muscles to the bones are the examples of regular. Okay, tendon is the example and ligament is the example. That is bone to bone. Ligament is bone to bone, tendon is bone to muscles. Okay, now dense irregular connective tissue has fibroblast and many fibers that are oriented differently. This tissue is present in the skin. Clear to all of you why this is present in the skin? So this is an irregular one. Okay, this is irregular. Okay, irregular, and they are present in the skin. So that any kind of mechanical stress can be taken up by your irregular dense connective tissue. So look at the structure, students. Look at the structure. Whatever I told, exactly you try to understand. Okay, very nice. The energy is beautiful in the chat box. Now students, as I told you, see, if I put the stress like this, maybe yes, it can take it up. But from every angle, they will not be able to take the stress. This you see, collagen fibers, okay, they are arranged in a proper pattern. Can you see? Pattern is there, one below the other, one below the other. So this is a proper parallel arrangement. Okay, regular, parallel arrangement. Clear? At the same time, if you see here, these are the fibers. They are arranged randomly, right? They are arranged randomly. This is irregular. And importantly, remember that this is present in the skin. This is present in the skin. This example is going to be tendons and ligaments. Okay, tendons and ligaments. Tendons are bone to muscle, okay, and ligaments are bone to bone. Is it clear? Yes, Vicky, please go and sleep. It's necessary for you. Where you will be able to crack. Go sleep. One seat will get saved. Yes. Done? Super clear. Okay, done. Okay. Now, next is cartilage. Okay. Students, we have understood. Done. Dense connective, loose connective. Done, done. Okay. Now we are going to learn what? We are going to learn specialized. Okay. Specialized connective tissue. Okay. Another, I think 30 minutes we'll be done. Okay. So listen carefully. Don't feel sleepy. Listen carefully. Okay. I don't think it is sleepy. Yes. Yes, sure, Vicky. I will do it. Chumma, some people will come from somewhere. No purpose only in life. Okay? Yes, done? Come on. Let's do specialized connective tissue. Okay? Specialized connective tissue. you have to learn two types, no? First is going to be your skeletal, okay, skeletal, and next is going to be fluid, okay, fluid connective tissue. Skeletal connective tissue, you have two types, students. What is that? Bone and cartilage. Bone and cartilage. What about fluid connective tissue? You have blood and lymph, okay, blood and lymph. These are the types. Yes. Now bone students, we have learned again in locomotion. Other than that, a lot is not there, okay. Now you do not have a lot to learn about the bone also. Clear, all of you? Bone and cartilage. Yes. Now cartilage we have to study a little in detail, okay. Okay, good. Blood, lymph, done. Okay. Now students, blood, please remember fiber, okay. Lacks fibers because these are liquid substances, and if there is fiber, they're definitely going to go and clot, okay. So that's why we do not have fibers for this. So bone, cartilage, blood, lymph is clear, no? Now remember cartilage. When I talk about cartilage, what do you understand? Ma'am, cartilage is present. It's a solid. Cartilage is solid, pliable, that means a little flexible, okay, flexible. Now where is it present? Okay, tip of your ears, okay, tip of your nose, all these places your cartilage is present. So students, the cells of the cartilage are called as chondrocytes. Cells of the cartilage are called what? Chondrocytes. These chondrocytes are present inside a space called as lacunae. How many of you remember I taught you this? So these are the cells, okay, they are present inside a structure called as lacunae. This is the lacunae. Imagine this is the lacunae, okay. Yes. This is the lacunae. Inside this lacunae, okay, your chondrocytes are going to be present. Okay, very good, very good. All of you are answering already. So how many chondrocytes will be present, students? 2 to 3 chondrocytes will be present in one lacunae. So this is the lacunae. Okay, 2 to 3 chondrocytes. 2 to 3 chondrocytes in one lacunae. This question can come, so mention it, okay, done. So this is your cartilage. It's going to be present. Location, you can just write it here, okay, tip of the nose, okay, external ear, okay, some locations you can just remember and write. Done. Yes, bone cells are called osteocytes, okay. Write ear pinna or external ear, whatever you want to write, okay. I think I'll go with ear pinna. Yes, done. Eustachian tube and all is there, but it's difficult for you. Yes. This is your cartilage, okay. Now, when we talk about bone, we will remember about osteocytes. Osteocytes also, lacunae word is going to come, that I'll show you. Blood and lymph, students, body fluids and circulation you're going to study. Now here bones is there, so we'll just go through that as well. See, bones have a hard, non-pliable ground substance rich in calcium salts and collagen fibers, which give bone its strength. It is the main tissue that provides structural framework to the body. Imagine you didn't have bones. When we talk about axial skeleton, when we talk about appendicular skeleton, what are we focusing on? We're focusing about different bones present in our forelimbs, hind limbs, in your vertebrae, right? Imagine vertebrae did not exist. We'd be like this, right? No framework would be there. So framework is provided by bones, and bones have calcium salts. That's why nowadays you see ads, no, in different bottles. You will see that at the age of 40 give this because calcium will be reducing. So bones have the calcium salts. Okay, so bones support and protect the softer tissues and organ. The bone cells Bone cells are called osteocytes and they are present in spaces called lacunae. So it is mentioned in your NCERT, question can come. Chondrocytes also are present inside a space called lacunae, but 2 to 3 chondrocytes will be present. But in bone, students, in bone, remember this is your, let's say a small, okay, let's do one thing. Okay, this is your bone, right? This is your bone. Okay, pores will be there, no? Full pores will be there. This pores will be there. Let's say if I take a smaller structure, okay, small of the zoom and show the lacunae. Let's say lacunae is going to be present, and inside the lacunae only one osteocyte is going to be there. Okay, clear to all of you? Only one osteocyte is going to be there. This is important. Question can come, how many osteocytes are present in one lacunae? In one lacunae only one osteocytes are going to be present. Done? Osteocyte, lacunae. Okay, so moving forward, limb bones such as long bones of your leg, femur, we have learned, no, serves weight bearing function. They also interact with the skeletal muscles attached to them to bring about movement. The bone marrow in some bones is a site for production of blood cells. At the same time, bone marrow is also going to help with the lymphocytes production, right? Yes. Now, blood, students, is a fluid connective tissue. They have WBC, RBC and platelets, and all of this we have studied in body fluids and circulation. Any doubts on this? Any doubts on this? So look at the structure here. You can see collagen fibers. So here, if you see, they form concentric circles. Here they are going like that. Students, what do you call that? Yeah, like when you look at that, you feel, I don't know what you call that. Like, you know, black and white. They go as, you know, they're not as concentric circles, but they are like, you know, two concentric circles going at the same time. I don't know what you call for that. Okay, when you look at that, you actually feel like everything is rotating. Okay, you feel dizzy. Something like that. They have a similar structure like this, but here, can you see? Here you can see cartilage in a cell called chondrocyte and collagen fibers. Okay, so inside a lacunae, 2 to 3 can be present. Here, if you see, only one will be present. Only one osteocyte will be present. So cartilage, bone and blood. So this is the structure, how it is going to be present. There is actually a central canal which you will study later in your higher classes, and this is your lamellae. Lamellae and lacunae, don't get confused. Lamellae is this, okay, circle. Okay, and osteocyte within the lacunae. Can you see? Osteocyte within the lacunae. So this is one lacunae. Inside that only one osteocyte is going to be there, and they are going to be in concentric circles. Okay, they are going to be in concentric circles. Sony, I am better. I am better in telling. He's telling zebra crossing in circular motion. I am so much better in what I try to say. Asking you people has to be comedy show I am doing, no? Look here. Connective tissue proper, primary blast cell is going to be fibroblast. Okay, fibroblast. This is also from that other fundamental book. Okay, and the connective tissue cell is going to be fibrocyte. Cartilage is going to be chondroblast. Cell name is going to be chondrocyte. Osteoclast and osteocyte. Okay, clear? Clear? Yes or no? Chondrocyte, osteocyte. Ads are coming, huh? Okay, I'll just check with that what happened. Any doubts in this? Chondrocytes, osteocyte, okay, blast cells. Okay, osteoblast is going to be like the mummy cell. Okay, that will undergo differentiation, osteocytes. Same way chondroblast. They'll undergo differentiation, chondrocytes. Like that, terms are there, okay, for each of this. Yes, cough is not going, students. If cough come, it will stay for at least a month. That is how cough is. Okay, let's do muscular tissue, then neural tissue, then done. Okay, each muscle is made up of a long cylindrical fibers arranged in parallel arrays. So we have all learned sarcomeres. We have learned bone structure, right? We have studied this bundle-like structure, right? This is this is the muscle. Inside this muscle, okay, inside this muscle, bundles are there which are called as fasciculi. All of you remember all this, no? Inside this, bundles are there, fasciculi. They are, you know, arranged with each other with the help of, you know, fascia. Okay, fascia. So this is your muscle bundle. Okay, muscle bundle. This muscle bundle, if I pull out, you will be able to see the muscle fibers, right students? Okay, inside this there are muscle fibers. Okay, inside this muscle fiber, if you see, there is myofibril. If you examine the muscle fiber, you will be able to see actin and myosin, right? This is what we have learned all this while we were studying this only, right? So here the same thing is repeated. More you will study in locomotion and movement, which I have already taught you. See, these fibers are composed of numerous fine fibrils called myofibrils. Muscle fibers contract, that is your sarcomere contracts. Sarcomere is present between two Z lines. All of you remember now, sarcomere is present between two Z lines. Okay, they shorten in response to the stimulation, then relax and return to their uncontracted state. So when we learn the properties of muscle, we talk about excitability, elasticity, right? Contractibility. Now all this, why are we talking? Because the muscles have the ability to elastic, that is increase the size, come back, or become a little flexible and come back to its original position. That is also happening because of your two proteins, which is called as your actin and myosin, right? Actin and myosin are responsible. Actin, myosin. Actin, thin filament. Myosin, thick filament. Okay, myosin, thick filament. And students, their actions moves the body to adjust to the changes in the environment and to maintain various positions at various parts of the body. In general, muscle play an active role in all the kinds of movement. Now, skeletal muscles, tissues are closely attached to the skeletal bones. In a skeletal muscle, such as the biceps or striated skeletal muscle fibers, are bundled together in a parallel fashion. So, muscles are basically divided into three categories: smooth muscle, skeletal muscle, and cardiac muscle, which I have taught you in locomotion and movement. Now, smooth muscles are present as a lining of the visceral organs. They are involuntary. Cardiac muscle present in the heart, again involuntary. Skeletal muscle is the only muscle that is going to listen to you, that is voluntary. Other two things are involuntary, right? So, muscle fibers, a sheath of tough connective tissue, encloses several bundles of muscles. See, several bundles of muscles are called what? Fasciculi. Okay, and they are coming together with the help of fascia. Yes, sin. Okay, so yes, clear to all of you? Here you can see, students, this is your skeletal muscle. So smooth muscle always identify by the fusiform shaped. Okay, fusiform shape means what? Tapering ends they have, right? Tapering ends they have. And cardiac muscle, this is branched. Cardiac muscle is branched. Both are involuntary. Only skeletal muscle is voluntary. Okay, skeletal muscle is voluntary. Now, if you go further, again you can see smooth muscle fibers taper at both the ends. Cell junctions hold them together and they are bundled together in a connective tissue sheath. So here they are introducing to the word cell junctions. Okay, the walls of the internal organs such as blood vessels. So smooth muscle can also be called as visceral muscle. Why? Because they are lining the visceral organs. Internal organs are being lined by these fellows. Okay, so blood vessels, stomach, intestine contain this type of muscle. Smooth muscles are involuntary. That means you directly cannot control the action and functioning of these muscles. Okay, now cardiac muscle is a contractile tissue present only in the heart. That's why it's called cardiac muscle. Again, here also see cell junction fuse the plasma membranes of the cardiac muscle cells and make them stick together. So it could be the adhering junction, right? They will make sure that the cells stick together with the neighboring cells. Okay, communicating junctions, that is your intercalated disc at some fusion points, allows the cells to contract as a unit. When one cell receives a signal to contract, its neighbor also gets stimulated. Okay, neighbor also gets stimulated. Students, here this is your, here intercalated disc will be present. Okay, junction between adjacent cells, you can see, no, intercalated disc will be present. They will communicate with each other. Now the next one is neural tissue. Any doubts? I am moving fast with muscle tissues is because I have already taught you locomotion and movement thoroughly. That's why I am just going through the words. Okay, myofibril, sarcomere, actin, myosin. Okay, now neural tissues, any doubts so far? Neural tissues exerts greatest control over the body's responsibility. So control, when I taught you the starting of the chapter only, I told control is going to be done by whom? Your neural tissues, right? They are going to control and signal. At the same time, remember, control and coordination is going to be done by your neural tissues and your endocrine glands, right? neural tissues and endocrine glands are going to do control and coordination. One will be like, you know what, this Nissan has touched a hot object, retrieve your hand, done. Okay, then growth hormones will be secreted by the endocrine gland, thyroid hormones, metabolic rate, okay, basal metabolic rate will be controlled. Okay, all this will be done continuously by control and coordination by your nervous system and your endocrine system. So here you see, students, one important word is mentioned here which is not later mentioned, so we will go through that. Neurons, the unit of neural system, are excitable cells. Excitable means what? They're able to respond to the stimulus, right? The stimulus that is coming is going to, they are going to be understanding, okay, stimulus has come, I have to pass the stimulus to the next person. Now here is the most important part. The neuroglial cells, which constitute the rest of the neural system, protect and support the neuron. So students, around 50% of the mass volume is going to be covered by your neuroglial cells. So if I take the nervous system as a whole, nervous system as a whole, nervous system has two things, no? Neurons and neuroglial cells. Neurons and neuroglial cells. Now, neurons are definitely going to constitute the structural and functional unit, but neuroglial cells are also going to contribute 50% of the entire nervous system by making sure to protect and support the neurons. Okay, this question has come once as an assertion reasoning, so please make a note. Okay, protect and support the neurons. Clear to all of you? Question has come as assertion reason, so please make a note. Yes, neuroglial cells. Okay. Now, neuroglial make up more than 1/2. That's why only 50%. Okay, 1/2 of the volume of the neural tissues in our body. When a neuron is suitably stimulated, an electrical disturbance is generated which travels along its plasma. All of you know, no, action potential, depolarization, polarization, okay, repolarization. So that is going to happen through the plasma membrane, because on the plasma membrane okay, on the plasma membrane, what is going to happen, students? Your sodium will be there, potassium channels will be there, exchange will happen, polarization, repolarization will happen. Okay, so this is the end of today's class. Okay, this is, you can see neuroglial cells here surrounding, this is your neurons, that's the cell body, and you can see the axon, and here you can see the dendrites. Okay, so this is your entire animal tissues for you. Okay, animal tissues for you is done and dusted. Any doubts? Any doubts? Ask me right now if you have any doubts in any portion. Connective tissue, everything is clear, no? I'm just checking again. Did we miss something? Compound, simple, yeah, done. Yes, any doubts? I hope there's no doubts. Everything is crystal clear. Students, you have to solve the questions, okay? I haven't added questions today. You have to solve the questions, okay? Because 3 hours, I'm so grateful that I was able to stand for 3 hours, because my throat, okay, my throat is not fine. As you know, I've been suffering from cough from past 1.5 weeks. So I couldn't extend the class more by doing questions as well. So please solve questions. As you people know that PYQs are already available. I am showing it again and again to all my students, because every time new students come, they will have the confusion. Okay, so this is the class that you're watching. First of all, like the video, and then students, see, if you go down, first link that you're seeing, no, this first link you click, nothing, you don't do anything, you know, any big task, just click on this first link. Okay, when you click on this first link and you go down, okay, see, these are the class link. Everything is for free, okay, nothing is paid or anything that you have to take tension for. So students, if you go to structural organization, you go further, you'll see PYQ test and chapter wise test. Okay, click on this link. Okay, click on this link, enter your details and start the test. So Madhumati has sent me her scores last time, okay, on Instagram, and I was very happy to see the score. She had a very good score. So I want others also to do that, even if you're not able to communicate with me on Instagram, but still you can just send it to me. Okay, I think Tanuja also sent, Madhumati also sent. Okay, I'm not sure who are the other ones who sent, because I've checked only few messages. Okay, so you can send me the screenshot. If you haven't, like if you're not able to send the screenshot, don't worry. Make sure that you're, you know, preparing, right? Preparing is important. So what you will do, you go to the first link here. This is the video that you're watching. Like the video and also click on this link. When you click on this link, automatically you will go to this page, NEET treasure box. If you go here, you will see chapter wise NCERT solutions also are there. Click on this and click on this and enter your details, and automatically you will be deviated to the quiz. Okay? Yes? Yes. What happened? Insta ID, Telegram ID, everything is Gopika. Biology is Instagram ID. Biology by Gopika is my Telegram ID. Okay? If you have any doubts, you can ask to my students only. They will tell you immediately. Okay? Yes. Chat box is not gone. I can see your chats, Tanuja. Okay? Yes, so clear? We have done animal tissues, done and dusted, detailed lecture it was. As all of you can see the notes here. Okay, everything is drawn and explained for all of you. See, everything is drawn, explained, written, NCERT. What more you want, I don't know. All you have to do is now study. Okay, open this and study. That is more important. Every day I am writing notes. It's like I am doing, imposition. But I want all of you also to study. That's what, if you don't have Instagram, don't go to download Instagram, because Gopika Ma'am told. Solve questions for yourself and be satisfied. You know, when you get good marks, you really feel satisfied, no? So if you're getting 50, 55, 50 plus out of 60, I'll be very, very happy. Clear to all of you? So thank you so much for joining, and I hope all of you enjoyed the session as well. See you all in next session. Today 6 p.m. Do not forget, we have NEET Express coming up. As all of you know, it is going to be a very, very nice, session, and my class also is going to happen tomorrow. So tomorrow my NEET Express is going to happen. So I want to see all of you tomorrow also there, where we are going to do biological classification, one shot, concepts, crystal clear, fast track revision is going to happen. So I want all of you to join and be there, and maximum I'll try to put the notes so I can give a more explanation to all of you. So see you all next time. Till then, tata, bye bye, take care, and see you all. Join my Telegram channel Biology by Gopika, and join our Vedantu NEET English Telegram channel. That is our Vedantu NEET English. Okay, just type it on the Telegram and you will be able to join. Okay, see you all in next class. Thank you so much. Tata, bye bye.